They found themselves leaping into different worlds they called metaverses and inhabiting people inside these worlds, people they called avatars. But all was not as it seemed. The program was engaged in an ancient battle with a force known only as the Founders, and the group of former strangers soon found themselves on the run, uncertain who to trust. Their search to understand what these forces want with them continues to take these metapilots to strange new worlds that they now know are real. But the metaverse is beginning to crack. Pieces of other worlds are leaking through to our world, and the metapilots are bringing superhuman powers back from their travels. Every secret uncovered leads to more questions, and each power gained leads to deeper connections. But one thing is clear above all else: the metaverse is here, and someone needs to save it.
Which camera are we laughing? Are we going?
Hey! It's Metaverse Monday! We are here!
We have to lock ourselves.
How's everybody doing, chat? Hello, good to see you. It's been a little while. I wanted to let you know how much I missed you all. Not everybody did. Most people, though, I think, missed you.
We did. Yeah.
Everybody but Chris missed you. So here we are, back for Masters of the Metaverse, the most interactive tabletop role-playing game on television or computer vision or
Computer vision.
ultra vision.
I use my phone.
For example.
Yeah.
Masters of the Metaverse is about big damn heroes, people from everyday walks of life who have been put into situations that have forced them over time to become something greater than what they are. Today we are following our core meta pilots back with the original gang, if you will. Yeah. With a few new changes, but first we got to get through some of the housekeeping. The store is open. If you don't know how to get to the store, look at chat. They will tell you how to get there. We have lots of things available, including the Meta Point, the lifeblood of the Meta Pilot, which helps them power many of their crazy, super cool abilities that they have gotten. Aquamarine has a buff. Everybody has a buff. We'll go through the buffs here in just a moment. First, we need to give you all your Patreon rewards.
Oh, there's a thing.
That's right. We do a Patreon poll every week. If you support us on Patreon, you can affect their rolls and their luck in this game just by taking part in the poll. So, I, your wonderful, amazing, very prepared GM, Christian, get plus 20 hit points and plus 8 to any one roll today. Nice. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I believe you.
James gets a plus 10 hit points and a plus 3 to any one roll. Write that down for him.
You can actually write down anything you want and he won't know.
Right.
Well, he can hear us.
He actually knew all the poll results well before any of us. Maggie gets plus 20 hit points and a plus 9 to any one roll because everybody likes Maggie. I've seen her first. Vanessa gets plus 10 and plus 3 to a roll.
Thank you.
Chris gets plus 10 and plus 3 to a roll. Now we are going to thank 3 of our very, very special Patreon backers. Matthias Schultz-Kochman. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias.
Andrew Riley Prest. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Daniel Lamb. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel Lamb.
All right.
Also, it's someone's birthday.
Someone had a birthday yesterday, too. Who was it? It was you. But today it's Ben Ward's birthday, a.k.a. our very own alien knitter. Happy birthday, buddy. We can't see you, but our hearts are going out to you.
And happy birthday.
How old are you now? 22?
22. Yes, he's 22. Just like Maggie.
Uh-huh.
Get with the program. Don't laugh at that. All right, we're going to get...
I can poke him and he won't.
We are going to get into some hardcore adventuring here in a minute. I'm going to let you know where you've all been. But before we get started, I would like to say that it's really good to be back.
Yeah.
And I love that we're all at a table together instead of at separate tables. I know you can't see it home, but we're all sitting right next to each other for the first time in like 2 years, and it's very, very cool.
I'll take pictures of it later and send it to you.
So, yeah, we're glad to be here. Anyway, let's get those credits rolling and let's play some Metaverse, shall we?
Yes.
All right.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, These newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the metaverse.
Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice, bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse.
So here we are, back on Masters of the Metaverse. We have been gone for a whole month, but we are back, and things have been crazy. First, I would like to say we have got some new rules that we are throwing at today.
Wait, we have rules?
What does this button do? Hashtag send a buff.
Ooh, send a buff. It's got to do something. We are going to get to that very, very soon. But first, yes, like I said, new rules. We wanted to make things move a little faster here on Metaverse, because combats take important time away from when we could be making jokes about the fights that we are in. Yeah, and trolling each other just relentlessly sometimes. I'm so sorry for the last 2 years, Chris.
No, it's been good. It's given me like thicker skin.
But we've gotten rid of the dreaded defensive roll.
Okay.
We're done with that. On your character sheets, you'll notice that there is now a dodge bonus in place of that. They have to beat their attack roll by the amount of that dodge bonus in order to hit you now. It'll save some time on the rolling. Really, it's just a small housekeeping thing. Ha ha ha.
Look at that.
So, next we have got, that's not the right thing. That's not the right thing. Oh yeah, I use paper. I'm so sorry. There we go.
Oh no.
Or Pookie.
I want to borrow her dodge bonus at some point.
Yeah, you definitely want to borrow. Yes, that's the other thing I was going to let you know. All of your character sheets have been updated to reflect the 2 years worth of experience points you have accrued, and all of our metapilots from our main cast now are just freaky, scary, powerful. That's what happens when you travel around to different worlds collecting powers from all of them.
It's really cool.
I see mine.
Oh, wait till you see yours. It's going to be absolutely nuts. So, all of your individual buffs are in the store.
Cool.
You should know what they do. If you don't know what they do, we'll ask someone and they will tell us.
Great.
Because we need to get into things. Of course, we still have all of our, middle of the road trolls and neutrals. So, triple play is there, which means we can roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Yep.
Metal Meltdown is still there, so I can throw your character sheets around up in the air, and you have to basically catch them and pick whichever character you get.
Okay.
System Shock is still in the store. Rule of Cool, and of course, the mighty Hack Attack. But no point in doing that until we actually get into a metaverse, hey folks?
That's
True.
So, let me break it down for you.
Here, my own.
Break it
This
down.
one's
Let's see where the camera line is.
right there.
Here. Okay.
We
there.
can
Let me know when
ourselves
you're done.
now.
I got
I'm
all
good.
day.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. So, when last we left our heroes,
I'm so sorry.
you'd just been pulled out of the metaverse where they were playing Galaxy Tales.
Right.
Everyone remember Galaxy Tales? You were all in Galaxy Tales.
I was.
I had that. theme
You were
song.
not. Rosie has been missing for some time. When we first got back from the arena world, Rosie disappeared shortly after we landed in New York.
Didn't she stay in the diner?
Yeah, but nobody ever saw her again after that.
Oh, that's bad.
That's right.
But you've all been so busy running around in your transforming Winnebago on the run for the last 2 months, you haven't thought much about it. But supposedly, in this new location that you're in, which appears to be an old, rundown animal hospital somewhere in Northern California,
Okay.
which has been, fitted with computers. It's got room for your pods in one of the rooms. Right now, it's just a good hideout while you're waiting for some more reinforcements.
Gotcha.
People are out giving them. People are arriving from time to time and leaving, technicians, just trying to keep things moving, What have you been doing with your time? Because you haven't been into a metaverse for the last 2 months.
Are there still animals? Are there still animals in the animal hospital?
No, it's a.
You said run down. I didn't
run
know.
down, abandoned.
Thank you. That was what I needed.
Vacant animal hospital, which
it.
now just contains some
No
meta
cats.
pilots.
The people who are
No
coming
cats
in
there.
and out, they work for us. They work for
Yeah.
a group. Who
Yeah,
are they?
they've all been contracted by this fellow Tom
Oh.
Right.
to install equipment.
Right. Okay. That makes them trustworthy.
And Nick,
Right.
who is slightly more trustworthy as far as
Right.
you can tell.
Okay.
2 months, no, we haven't been into the pods.
You have not been into the pods in 2 months.
But you said there's lots of computers.
There's plenty of computers, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to be researching what I can research about the people that are chasing us.
Okay, so here's who is chasing you.
Okay.
The program,
Yeah.
who has been chasing you the whole time when they didn't outright have you.
Right.
The founders,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
who you're just staying away from because you just frankly don't trust them.
No.
Yeah.
These weird project guys.
Yeah.
Right. Boo.
They keep messing up the metaverse
A bunch of weird SWAT guys that pop out of nowhere from time to time.
Ugh.
as they do.
So you've got a lot of people. Oh, also the U.S. government. You are
Okay,
now
so I'm-
all on a federal wanted list.
So I'm
not-
researching all of.
I'm not.
Oh, except for Thomas, who is dead.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thought ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm researching all
that was
those.
actually some pretty good thinking.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm using any computer skills I have and just researching the heck out of everything and printing
Mm-hmm.
lots of things if there's paper available to print so that we can keep it and store it and understand it and know it and read
Okay.
through it.
So you're basically creating a paper trail.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure that
But I'm
that's.
going to keep it to myself.
That's
Or
how
us.
institutionalized you have become.
Even though you literally have like a computer brain now, and can memorize terabytes of information that will.
I don't trust it. I mean, I like it.
You need it written down.
I need it
something
written
you can
down.
hold and possibly lose to the enemy.
And probably mark up a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Footnotes are important.
They are.
There's no judgment, just an observation. I
Yes,
promise.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. So it wasn't too long ago that you were brought to the rest of the metapilots who were in the middle of
Right.
doing something with a very wounded man,
Mm-hmm.
a very old, big, wounded man.
Okay.
You did something you had never done before and healed him
Just by touching
just by touching him.
with
Now this old man, who was since kind of become your caretaker bodyguard, yeah, he's a
I need a
he's a
bodyguard?
doer. Everybody, he's kind of everybody's bodyguard. Him and
Oh.
this little Irish guy seem to be babysitting the lot of you.
Is my friend Max still with us?
No, he is not.
Oh no, where'd he go?
Someplace safe.
Okay, good. Great.
It's best that you don't know, but they promised you that it would be someplace safe.
cool.
On a farm, running in the wind.
He's gone to a farm.
Where he can run free.
He's happy there
The way
now.
that began, I was a little
Also,
concerned.
in the shot, it looks like Chibi Chan's head is just staring down at us. I just want, like, it looks like you're the prisoner.
That's
of
hilarious.
Chibi-chan.
So yeah, this old fellow Bruno and this Irish guy Patrick have basically been taking
Bruno
care
and
of you.
Patrick.
Yeah, they bring you food when you need
Oh
food.
yeah. Okay.
You know,
Excellent.
they don't seem to like being on the run any more than you do, but
Why?
they take their jobs as your caretakers very seriously.
Who
Why
are they
all
working
wanted
for?
by the U.S. government?
Why are who all wanted
Why
by the
are
U.S.?
the other pilots all wanted by the U.S. government?
Various reasons, various crimes, mostly terrorism related.
Has something to do with blowing up all of those vehicles.
It may have, it may not have. You know, you're not one to say. You're not here to judge.
I would like to point out that I am dead and therefore not a suspect.
Yes, but I still think that was you.
There's no way.
You.
So for the first time, we get to meet our pilots again. You guys have changed a lot over the last couple of years. Thomas used to be a mild-mannered school teacher who moonlighted in the metaverse, and now he's dead
Yes.
and is a ghost in the machine all of the time. Jenico is a mild-mannered prison psychologist with a couple of dirty secrets, and now she, has been.
She's terrifying.
She's terrifying in every way,
But with a heart of gold.
with a heart of gold,
Maybe.
as far as she will tell anybody.
And you have healing hands now.
Yeah.
I heal people.
Whoa.
Yeah, all of the people who've had magic have a little bit of magic in them still. Aquamarine, who was like by far the scariest of you before, like with as far
yeah.
as how many skills she had,
Right.
is exponentially more skilled than she used to be.
But so much nicer and
But
full of
yeah,
love.
but has generally become a very, very good person.
You know, if you guys were
Generally.
wanted by the government, between your experience as a cult leader and your healing touch, you could go on TBN and make millions.
TBN.
Why are you giving them ideas?
I'm just saying, like we have
Even
budget
Crash, admittedly one of the more erratic of you, has really tempered in the last couple of years too, and come into himself. So it's been nice to see.
That's nice.
However, this particular day is a buzz because, yeah.
Stuff.
At the door, there is a knocking, and you have all been told not to answer the door unless Bruno or Patrick answers the door first, but neither of them seem to be anywhere to be found.
Can I send a nano wasp out?
Can you?
I don't know.
Look at your sheet. What does
Yes,
it say?
I can.
Yes, you can. That's one of your uses of the day of your swarm form to send a nano wasp out. Check out them attributes. Everybody, we are learning how to play the game. I love this. All right, you send a nano wasp out to the door, and Bruno and Patrick are at the door with two other figures.
So were they testing us by knocking on the door then?
No, they seem to have their hands very full of people.
Also, okay.
They're carrying them?
No, they've got them like in their arms, bound behind them, just kind of leading them so they don't, because they've got bags over their heads, so you can't, they can't see.
That's promising.
I report this and then suggest we get the door.
Okay, yeah.
just making a guess
go to the
here.
door. Go to the door.
Educated guess.
To
You go
help.
to the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
What's
right,
going
you go
on?
to the door.
Who are these people? What are you doing?
Bruno is at the door. He goes, I thought I told you not to answer the door.
I sent a nano wasp. I knew it was fine. You guys look well.
Irresponsible.
But
You're going to get us all killed.
But you
And he
wanted
starts
us
dragging in these two people.
With one nano wasp, I'm not going to get you killed with one nano wasp.
You wanted us to open the door.
Anyway,
Here.
he and Patrick lead these two people, one of whom is dressed in a literal orange jumpsuit straight out of a prison movie.
Oh, jeez, no, both.
Don't worry, it's fine. I see this stuff all the time.
Brings them into the common area room with the pods in it and sits them both down, takes the bags off their head and walks away. You see before you your old
Rosie!
friend Rosie Harvin and a man you have never seen before.
Shit.
What?
Where have you been?
Who the hell are you people?
Who the hell are you? Are Bruno? Is Bruno
you
there?
still bound?
Bruno,
He's like,
who are these? Who's that guy? Rosie, where have you been?
And
I'm
why
not
are you
telling you.
And why are you swearing at us?
Fair enough.
We found her in Oklahoma near a rodeo.
Oh.
Oh, were you? Oh, I get it.
Oh, trying to live a normal life like
Yeah,
any
that.
human being? Yeah, wouldn't have that been nice?
Yeah.
So sorry that
There was
didn't work
also
out.
a kill team in at the same rodeo.
Wait,
ready
are they
take
trying
her
to
out.
kill her?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Like us.
I mean,
okay.
they're not anymore. They're dead now.
Did you place? Did you get any medals?
She was just watching.
Oh.
Oh. Mildly disappointed. Rosie,
Even
I'll be
she's
honest.
smart enough to know
I'm
not to
disappointed
compete
see
in a
you
rodeo.
too.
No, I meant that you didn't compete. Like I was hoping that.
And this guy,
All right.
Who the hell are all you people?
I don't know who this guy is.
Why did you bring him in with you then?
Nick told us to get him. We got him.
Oh, all right.
When Nick tells you to break a guy out of Guantanamo and then flashes that much money, you break him out.
How did you do that?
I don't really want to talk about it.
You broke me out of prison?
No, I broke you out of the prison.
Welcome. Greetings. My name is Thomas. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
RG Zenda. Ronald.
RG what?
Zenda.
Zenda.
Okay,
That's not what it's...
that's fine.
All right. Anyway, this guy is
what I should
supposedly
call you?
some big shit serial killer or something.
I really didn't need to know. I mean, I could know, but we don't need to know.
Oh, but this is the picture we got.
Of him?
Yeah, it's not a picture of him, as you can see.
I'm
Okay.
confused.
Yeah, I am too.
So did you break the wrong guy out?
No, this is the guy.
Then why does he not look like that?
Not a clue.
How do you know this is the right man if he does not look like the man you were instructed to get?
Well, the man we were instructed to get, the file, has his picture in it.
You're ahead of your time.
But the actual file from that actual prisoner has this picture attached.
To
don't
confuse.
understand.
Somebody switched him somehow into prison, taking the place of a death row inmate.
So he didn't do anything bad.
I don't know.
He probably did. After a while in prison, you start.
He doesn't look trustworthy. There's something about his face.
Did you?
That's not usually a good barometer.
Anyway, Nick said that Tom said that he's one of you.
Interesting.
A metapilot?
What did you just say?
Metapilot.
Where did you hear that?
Metapilot.
Where did you hear that?
Metapilot.
Ronald, as you look around the room, it's fairly archaic, like that last place you were in as far as technology goes. Big ass computers all over the place. I mean, they're huge. They're like the size of toasters. And in the corner, metapods. The wall is lined with metapods.
What are you thinking right now?
Are you people?
Ronald, you seem familiar with the concept of a metapod or metapilot. Is this correct?
How are you familiar with the concept?
Excellent.
Says the hologram.
If I may jump straight to the question on my mind at this point, how would you classify yourself? As pilot? Avatar?
Thomas, this is your friendship-based insight speaking. Ronald is evil with a capital E. Hashtag hack attack.
Oh, Chad the turkey.
Chad the turkey!
I miss you, Chad. Oh, wait.
Oh, he misses you.
Oh, yes. Scott is
I did.
taking off his shirt.
Yeah, well, you know, it's that kind of show. Anything for the tips, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Stop showing your tips.
Nothing but the tip.
So?
What were you laughing at?
We were gone. But now we're
I
back.
need to lose a little bit of this.
You look great.
Is that all you got?
You look
What?
No.
Nothing? What?
Fine.
What?
You're fine. Children.
Camera next. Anyway.
So, yeah, you just been...
Would you self-classify
Why do you
as
say
more
that?
of a pilot or avatar? Ronald, was it?
I am a registered Class 4 metapilot. Thank you very much.
We get classes?
Class
Oh,
4?
class
What?
4.
What does that mean? Who are you?
Is that above, like, you know how sometimes levels are 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4 would be above, but sometimes because 1 is the best, it's the 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1 is the best? Are you the best?
These people have no idea what you are talking about.
Class 4? Who classified you?
Yeah. Do you get paid?
How did you get
Do you get paid by someone? Does somebody own you?
So
How many
confused.
people
we
own
need
us?
we need to slow down on our question asking for him to understand.
These are thousands of years beyond your technology.
Ah,
You could not
Duh.
possibly build these.
Interesting. So, where do you originate from?
That makes so
or
much
more
sense.
precisely, when?
Yeah, are you a...
I just want to point out that holograms are also not part of our technology, but
This
we
is
clearly have a
correct.
hologram,
I
so
would
maybe you
beg to
can
differ
stop
with the
questioning us.
classification of hologram. That is not actually an accurate assumption as to.
Yeah.
All right, Rhodes, where are you?
Who's
Jigs up.
Who's Rhodes?
Is he your Thomas?
Is it...
There is no answer, and you don't seem to hear him or see him. The footsteps are usually a dead giveaway.
I used to watch a show where there was this guy named Al that came and helped somebody. Is that what he's talking about?
Quantum Leap.
Well, what year do you think it
Great
is?
show.
Whatever year it is in this backwater metaverse.
We're not in a metaverse.
Interesting.
I mean,
He is still bound,
this
correct?
all makes sense.
I feel safer.
I mean, technically, this is a metaverse, because we know that people came here and did stuff, like Hercules and all them.
Right.
How have you not gotten yourselves killed?
Oh, well.
Trust me,
it's
they've
been
tried.
pretty difficult.
If I may offer a conjecture that I'm sure you were also thinking, it would appear that our friend here may in fact be a pilot from another metaverse in an avatar who was broken out.
Class 4.
I'm guessing that due to our nature as pilots, it is possible we were able to see him for who he truly is.
Oh, that explains so much.
It's a
am
running
not
theory. It could be
In
incorrect.
an avatar. Thank you very much.
How do you know?
Maybe because he's a class 4.
Who classified you? Who classified you? I know
How many
it's
centuries do you have?
all of them.
A lot.
If you are in fact not an avatar, but rather a pilot, as you seem so convinced, why would it be that you are not from this world?
Do you really think that this is like the middle or the center, that this isn't a metaverse?
No, this is a metaverse.
No disagreement
You
has
understand?
been offered in that direction. The
You
way
think this
in
is
which
the
you-
only one?
No.
No.
No disagreement has been offered in that direction. The way in which you are speaking indicates that you do not see yourself as being from this reality, or metaverse, or whatever terminology you choose.
This
to
is
use.
not my home.
which would then, by extrapolation, indicate that in this reality you are inhabiting some form of avatar native to this reality.
Well, didn't we just travel
You're fresh
metaverses
off
and
the
we were
boat,
all
aren't you,
ourselves?
I'm sorry, what?
We traveled to a different metaverse and we were all ourselves in our bodies. So why couldn't he do it?
Which one was that?
Arena.
You travel
Remember there was a slushy machine?
to a metaverse as yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was very dirty.
It comes with becoming class 5.
Yeah, good one, Thomas.
Unless the class 5 is lower than the class 4, because class 1 is the goal. We don't know.
Well, if one of us is 5, one of us is 3, then either way we have him beat.
Ah.
Are we just being watched by Bruno right now? And
He has no idea what any of you are talking about.
You want to explain why you brought us here?
Nick told me to get you two back with them, so you don't get killed, and him I don't know why. He knows something about the pod, or we're making or something.
Oh, that would make sense.
What was that? Pod? You're making a pod?
Yes.
Who built these?
These ones?
Yeah. Who built these?
I don't know.
Didn't that come with your own class 4 training?
You know, I can't take a close look from here. Could take these off, make things easier.
No way.
I don't
No way.
recommend
At this
that.
point in time, I'm quite happy to be in my hologram form.
Bruno's like, hey, I got you. And he
Yeah,
comes over and he lets you out of
Rosie
your
was
cuffs.
about to do it too.
Watch about it. Let me take a close look at these.
So you walk up, you get up and walk right over to the metapods. They're not behind any screens. They're not in a special unit of any kind. This is clearly not
These
designated
have
metapod.
full immersion units on them. Where did you get these?
You spin one around on its swivel and open up the back panel, and there is so much stuff that's just not hooked up.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done back here.
Like what?
How many centuries do you have?
All of them.
So what are you building?
A metapod? Why are we asking so many questions right now?
There were a lot of questions to ask.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This guy seems like he's full of Borg and not the good kind of Borg. But the less nice kind of Borg. Hashtag hack attack.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, there's a...
You're right.
I mean, I guess what I'm wondering is, so what are we doing? Just like camping out here, doing nothing?
That's what we have been doing, and now we have
Improvement
somebody...
from my previous conditions.
We're probably going to be here for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Now we clearly have somebody who
I'm
knows
sorry
more than we
they
do.
got you.
Me too.
Taking this time to interview him would be a good plan, I think.
Miss Harvin, I don't know much about you, but I understand you don't want to be here. Just do me a favor. Please don't run.
Where would I run to?
Oh,
I'm
nowhere
stuck.
good.
I am stuck here.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You seem really nice.
Oh, thanks. So do you.
I'm not. So, now that you're all friends, I guess, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Did Nick tell you anything about what we're supposed to do with them? No.
Where is
Okay,
Nick?
great.
Who even knows?
Not you. Or
How does Nick get in contact with you?
Or Tom, for that matter.
Well, Tom always goes by email or text.
Oh.
And Nick?
Can I look at your phone?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. But don't hit the internet button.
Okay.
The internet.
I don't want to hit the internet button. I know exactly what he was talking about. Can I trace to see where the texts come from, or like...
Sure you can. Yeah.
I do that.
Literally all over.
All over, not just like one cell
Like
phone.
they're getting sent directly from a satellite instead of bounced from satellite to satellite to satellite.
Well, that's crazy. Thanks.
Surprised you can figure anything out with those archaic devices.
So we get it. You're from the future, right? Is that what it is? You're from the future?
Thank you.
No.
So he's from the future. Is it because he seems to be like he's acting like he's from the future? Is he from the future?
Perhaps, but he's from another
He's
world.
from another world that is clearly more technologically advanced and arrogant.
Or at the very least, one from
Clearly.
which contempt is used as currency.
Yeah, man, lighten up.
Yeah, you're the only one though.
Like
Everyone else,
you were literally in an electric chair, from what I understand, not 4 hours ago.
This is only a slight improvement.
Yeah.
I was told, well, rather, I was messaged that something you're looking for is the same thing we're looking for.
Oh.
Does that make any sense to you?
That couldn't even... What are you building again? You said a metapod? Are you sure it's a metapod that you're building?
That is,
As
yes.
opposed to a meta.
Well,
Anything.
you transport people through a metaverse. Do you think that that's its only limitation?
Clearly not.
Your
By your
rhetorical
face.
questions are, frankly, aggravating. It would be more impressive if you were to actually enlighten us with whatever it is in your mind.
Yeah,
Promise.
tell us
I'm
stuff.
sorry, I don't deal with robots.
Again,
I think
Oh, he's
not
not
an
a robot.
accurate assessment.
He died. This is
I
his
think he's
consciousness.
transporting weapons and drugs.
Happy birthday to AK and Maggie. For Maggie, a hashtag Rosie buff. For AK, I give you 10 minutes with no apologizing.
Oh! Wicked self-burn. Good job.
Sweetie. So you must be looking for the same parts that we're looking for.
Something like that.
Okay.
So drugs and
Parts
guns?
can be interchangeable.
Very much so.
Sure.
I'm looking for something but drugs and guns. You're so
Weapons.
archaic.
Sorry, the
You keep
jumpsuit
using that
throws
word.
these-
Ah, these backwaters, and they're not even the fun kind.
What are the fun kind?
Haven't you traveled? Has it all been horrible places?
No.
No.
Then you know precisely what I'm speaking of. The fun kind. What
Fun.
else is the
I don't think it's
metaverse
ever been-
for?
Death, sadness, loss.
So what were you in prison
Tragedy.
for?
Oh, it's a long story, but I broke out of a prison.
In your metaverse.
Sort of at the edge of the metaverse. All of them.
All of them.
So you're like a big-time criminal then.
Oh yeah, he's
Class
a
4.
big time.
Class
Well, technically,
4.
my license is revoked.
Okay.
Your
all right.
license for what?
And Corbin
Metaverse.
dies.
Evelyn.
To be a metapilot.
Oh,
We have an
what
extra
did you
pod.
do?
Why would we give him an extra pod?
He knows so much
I've
of.
already given him full access
What's
to
the
most
harm?
of the pod. thus
What's the
far.
harm?
Yeah.
He's a criminal
Uh-huh.
in the entire of the whole universe, not
Right.
just a metaverse. He's
But we're
banned-
totally innocent and have never killed anyone and aren't criminals either.
Literally, what do we have to lose?
Oh, you just haven't been caught yet.
Well,
See,
The fact that you're operating metapods and there's not a single regulatory agency present. It's astounding.
we're classless.
where did you just say? A single what?
Not a
Regulatory
single
agency.
regulatory agency. All right, one more time. Rhodes, if this is a joke,
Honey, I don't think Rhodes is here.
fine.
I will confess the idea of helping Ronald with his excursion into some other reality and leaving this one is appealing.
Right? Also, what else are we gonna do? Who are we gonna trust? Look, we've been yanked around back and forth. Trust the founders. Trust the
Said
project.
you couldn't
trust
build
the test.
this
Trust.
thing?
We don't have the right parts yet.
But you probably know what those parts are. Probably in your handbook that you read all the time because you want to become class 4.
He is class 4. We don't know if he wants to be
So
class
he
3 or class
says-
5. But
No,
my
right,
bet
but
is
what he
since
wanted
they
to become.
But since they revoked his license, I don't think he's doing anything. He's probably class nothing.
Well,
Something like that.
then we're very similar. We are also prisoners.
I constructed a device which allowed me to physically siphon items from one metaverse to my own.
Did you have to go there or could you just siphon it from afar?
I had to be present.
Oh,
All right.
that's
So what'd you siphon?
Drugs. Guns.
Gold.
Oh, money.
Gold,
Forgot
gold.
about that one.
Why gold?
Where
It's
I'm
advice.
from, it is incredibly useful.
It buys drugs and guns.
Well, maybe something else. What does it do for you?
Guns are so primitive.
Agreed. Ugh.
Does it charge things like weapons?
Gold is used for a tremendous variety of products and services where I am from.
Ironically, it is here as well.
It is not nearly so available where I am from.
So you were just stealing gold,
Siphoning it.
And enjoying the metaverse. What else is there to do?
You already said we're primitive. Why are you enjoying this metaverse other than the...
Oh, I'm not enjoying this one.
Ah.
So how did you get stuck here?
Roads.
And roads would be?
Someone you never, ever want to meet.
Is it like a voice that just pops in your head and talks to you?
It's worse. There are individuals out there whose sole purpose is to make sure we behave ourselves when traveling the metaverse.
Regulatory agencies?
He's RoboCop. Rhodes is RoboCop.
I must admit, on
Man, I
some
missed
level,
you.
I find the idea of this existing somewhat reassuring.
Roads? Or the fact that there are regulatory agencies?
Well, there already
The
are
concept that
regulatory
if this
agencies. We
sort
just
of
don't
technology
operate
or
with them.
ability or whatever you want to refer to it
Bruno
as
just keeps
exists.
looking back and forth, trying to follow the conversation, and finally just shakes his head and goes, I'm gonna go poop.
Could you like order food or something when you do that?
No.
Oh, I can help you with that.
Oh, okay.
In
You hungry?
3175 on my metaverse, when
Okay.
we first discovered
You gave me a
travel-
little bit of a scare, sweetie.
No, not the poop.
When you
Food.
first discovered what?
We first discovered metaverse travel in 3175, where I am from. It was shortly thereafter that agencies from other metaverses made their presence known and established the accords, the rules and regulations for travel in the metaverse.
What?
I can see that you don't have that, and that is so wonderful!
No, but there are people who are trying to regulate what we're doing.
Hello, Ronald. Your order. Sapphire Industries Beard Care Oil. Expected delivery date, Friday, February 8th. Hashtag pack
Oh my
attack.
god, Sapphire Industries. That's the name of that company right there.
That's actually a very big company where you're from.
It is.
Oh, jeez.
So here, I got a question.
One day.
So Nick told Bruno to tell you that you were looking for something that we were looking for, like we were looking for the same thing. So your little siphon hootie ha. Did you lose that? Is that what you're looking for?
Rhodes took it, but I can make another one.
Oh, all right. So you just go to metaverses and you take stuff.
Yes.
Which is against the rules.
Yes.
What else? What else? Where are some other rules?
Where you can travel is extremely restricted.
You can see the logic. in
Wow.
So like going
And
to...
what you can do in metaverses is extremely restricted.
Do people in your metaverse go into avatars, or do they just go in as themselves?
There are various classifications. For most people, they are simply permitted to go into recreational worlds in recreational avatars designed for such purposes.
this. That means sex.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
There are other
Cool,
recreations.
No, he meant sex.
Yeah, for sure.
Suddenly
Okay.
he's a savvy AI.
What about the higher classes?
Military grade can do a variety of things. Mostly don't tell the public.
What is military grade?
Class 5.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's above. Okay.
I'm
There
glad
are
we got
very
that one
few.
ironed out.
I did. It was
Classification
bothering
is not like some test that one undergoes or training. Classification is
Oh.
genetic.
Oh.
Class 5s are bred.
Oh dear.
They do not occur by accident.
You know, you could probably take that thing that you haven't even hooked up in that pod and be able to tell just by hooking it up to another little wire.
Let's give it a shot.
Tell what?
He walks over to one of the metapods and reaches into the back panel again, pulls out a little piece and pulls out the cord from the bottom of the metapod and plugs it into the wire, and it's basically like a little piece of what looks like glass. And he just kind of holds it up and looks through it. All class 5.
Interesting.
All.
People who are genetically bred to be class 5, what?
I said it sarcastically, and yet it was true.
Yeah, Thomas. What are the criteria?
And like full immersion.
I can't explain for you. There are genetic breeding programs to create them. They're not an accident. You're not born.
I was.
They have
There
no
are-
physical class 5 markers.
There are videos of my birth.
No. he's
Everything's
saying-
wrong.
he's
Eye color's
saying
wrong.
On his world.
Everything.
It's disturbing.
On his,
his
world,
world.
they're bred,
This
but
makes
like,
no
so
sense.
we're that level.
We're an
though.
anomaly for him right now, right?
It's even possible.
Special.
Well, it would seem logical if the metaverse is as varied as we have been led to believe that statistically there could be some reality in which what you're experiencing.
You
would
could
be
use some of
real.
your knowledge if you felt like to try and suss this out on your own.
I will give an attempt at metaverse knowledge.
Metaverse knowledge. Cool.
I love that none of us have that skill.
He does.
Oh, I know. I love that we don't.
Can I send a nano wasp and get
That's
it?
not going to do it.
No?
Not even close.
What'd you get?
14.
14 out of... What's your metaverse knowledge score?
6. I didn't pay attention in class.
I guess not. All right.
I skipped school a lot.
This is not shocking information. at
There
all.
shouldn't be this many class 5s. Probably...
Ever.
Like, it just shouldn't be possible. You know, there's like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 per planet, generally. And there's literally 4 in the room with you right now.
And they did mention the names of others. There's
And there
other
was the
people.
kid that was in the car on the way here. And definitely a class 5.
Oh, that one.
Just-
He had physical
You
markers.
could just tell.
He had the physical markers.
What are the physical markers?
Eye color, hair color.
What are they?
It's a single genetic line.
Ronald, I'm curious.
So red hair
Your
and blue eyes.
description.
Correct.
Oh, huh.
Your description of transporting objects from one metaverse to the other.
Correct.
Have you ever seen the transfer of anything else?
Yes. Car. Drugs. Guns.
I've not
why is
seen
everything
the
drugs
transfer
and
of other things.
We've
I
been
have
alone here
heard
for a
of such
long
things.
time. So sorry.
That's how I got the idea.
Heard more in the sense of rumor, speculation?
Correct.
So who was in the car? There was someone you said that has the genetic markers in the car with you?
A kid.
Did you say that? Because I know
kid?
you.
Well,
told
not
him
really.
that.
He seemed like a kid.
What's his name? Do you know? Did you hear?
It was
Mac.
my age, but very much like a child. I don't want to be a
It talked a lot.
Crash was in the
talked
car.
a lot. That was the boy's name.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. A boy in a man's body.
Where is he now?
Yeah, why didn't he come in? Why didn't he say
He
hi
stayed,
to
in
me?
he stayed in the van with Patrick.
Did he say hi to me?
They weren't exactly filling me in on a great deal of details with a bag over my head. Thank you. I assumed this was another trick by Rhodes or your Department of Defense and some of that lovely waterboarding.
How did you arrive here in the first place?
Rhodes put me here,
As punishment?
though they couldn't hold me in the prison.
Oh yeah.
You've never seen somebody so smug about something in their entire life. You're just like, wow, that's a lot of smug for one dude.
Interesting.
Okay.
The confidence in which he said that with makes you believe maybe he could, maybe no prison could hold him.
How long have you found yourselves here?
You've been here a good 6 months. You were
6 months.
literally about to be executed earlier this morning.
How did you get out of that?
You had a little help.
I was being walked to my appointment to meet my maker, and I guess we went down a different hallway than they intended to. I was in a van.
Those guards who were escorting you or working with you at the facility, according to what Bruno was saying to us, your physical appearance and that of this record do not match.
It's common practice in cases like mine when they can't hold you in a cell. You see, Rhodes doesn't execute prisoners. He simply places you in a circumstance that you will
right,
be
okay.
Oh, I understand that.
executed in.
Where my confusion comes is the sense of
So
the
you
guard-
take someone else's place.
The guards at Guantanamo themselves, how did they see you? As yourself or as this individual?
He was in a hole.
I was forbidden contact with anyone.
So they didn't
So
know.
from their point of view,
Same guy.
So what happened to the other guy in the picture?
I don't know where Rhodes puts the people that he takes out of circulation. as
Is
it
that
were.
your standard way of travel? Is to find yourself physically immersed as
Oh, no.
yourself?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would much prefer the comfort of my living room.
Yeah, normally the only way you can travel from metaverse to metaverse is by Metapod or by ancient.
Roads can do things we can't.
Interesting. Rhodes is AI?
Metaverse enforcement.
So Rhodes is not an individual, but an entity, a thing.
He's an individual.
He's an individual, sort of.
Like you're an individual?
Does Rhodes stand for anything, or is it actually a name?
As far as I know, it's his last name, and also his first name.
Robert Rhodes.
Robert? Ah, yes, Robert.
What hateful parents.
So you're telling me that if
Usually works off and on with a partner.
The partner?
A partner.
A partner.
Always paired. Roads and Gates.
Okay.
It concerns me greatly that their names synchronize so well.
Or travel metaphors.
They are.
So you're telling me that if, let's say we help you build this little machine and we can go siphon stuff, we could have a whole bunch of fun in the metaverse, because we're certainly not doing crap here. And then maybe we'd get attention of this Rhodes guy, and then he'd take you in and kill you, sorry. And then, but like, we could maybe get some answers, or like, you know, join the class, I don't know. Well,
You've
class
been
5, I'm sure,
traveling
like,
the metaverse unregulated. If Rhodes shows up, you're going in a cell.
It's hardly our fault.
I don't think Rhodes cares.
Ignorance and innocence are not the same thing.
How would Rhodes have caught you in the first place?
It took him a while.
But I mean, your physical form and your physical...
Oh, he caught me
native
in my
reality.
avatar.
Interesting. And I was able to use that as a way to physically detain you.
Rhodes can do things that others can't.
Like he has powers.
Yes, you could definitely say that. If Rhodes is around, you only do what Rhodes allows you to do.
Oh, like he controls you or restricts you?
Anything that you can... I assume you're familiar with bleed.
More than a little.
Yes.
Anything you can do, you cannot unless
There's
Rhodes
waves
allows
of
it.
power rolling off of them.
Everything you've brought back with you, you cannot do unless Rhodes allows it.
Right, which is interesting because isn't that what the founders and the program were trying to do with us, was getting us to come back with our powers so they could control us? And then, isn't that the same plan?
I think
Isn't
so.
that the
Variation on a thing.
Yeah, Rhodes.
With Rhodes, it's used
Rhodes
in...
basically can just turn off your meta powers.
Right, but like,
so that he can arrest
but
you.
if the program and the founders were doing this, they collected all of
If
us.
I knew how to do it.
They collected all of us. They collected us for a reason. Now we know why. It's because like genetic marker. Well, we don't have, but like whatever, it works, right? So if they were trying to become their own Rhodes or trying to take over the whole system by going under the belt, you see what I'm saying? Like I think we might have been being used as guinea pigs so they could figure out how one, it works elsewhere, and how two, maybe to take over that system or something.
Bypass
That
it
makes
in
a
some way.
lot of sense.
Right. So, but yeah.
It's a mystery.
So Bruno, I see you're back. Did the pooping go well?
No, that was just me.
Oh.
So, you know what? Screw it. I think I've been tossed around too much. I think we should just go on a Metapod and see what happens. It's been months, guys. Don't you, like, you know, get a little itchy? Want to go back in?
Well, that must be why you're
You're
here.
like, you're thinking. So they just go in and go wherever it takes them.
I'm really liking this. I'm not going to interrupt it. This is wonderful.
I'm
And they all end up in the same place, supposedly, too. Together.
I'm very hesitant. I don't trust him. He needs serious therapy before we can do any kind of trusting with him.
I think we all need some therapy.
Would you prefer to remain on the outside, observe, and in the event of anything going sideways?
Yes. I also am not real keen on the idea of some random Rhodes person finding us and deciding we're all guilty of stuff that we're not really guilty for. And I'm worried about the whole project people running amok and like wrecking everything and us not using our powers for good. Sounds cheesy, but that's what I want to do more.
Right. So can you use your powers for good, staying in this little room, hoping that you don't get caught by the U.S. government?
Yes.
Plus, she's got Bruno and Patrick with
That's
her.
true. That's true. All right.
And
Well,
I'm a
Patrick and Crash
superpowered-
whenever they get back.
And I am a superpower robot.
Yeah.
Right. No, I know. It's just like I feel like if you go do superpower robot stuff outside, that like
I'm not gonna do superpower robot stuff.
Oh,
outside.
you also just caught a glimpse of the vehicle. They brought you in a Winnebago. That's also about 1,000 years out of date.
There's some time stuff happening. What was
She's in charge of that.
Yeah. I think it's really understandable that you'd want to stay behind. You just take care of yourself.
At least for a little bit.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
I really don't trust him.
Well, I feel like everyone wants to kill me, so I might as well.
Well,
have
why
fun
don't you
before it
stay
happens.
here with me for now until the kid gets back, and then we'll
Yeah,
pop one in to back him up.
Crash and I'll work something out.
All right.
I'm gonna investigate a little.
Okay.
Apparently, you got to go find a thing for your pod.
Yes, we are actively researching that.
Yes, I have the paper here.
I believe there was a specific anomaly we had
May I-
discussed that we were searching for.
No,
May-
you may
may-
not have the paper.
May I have the paper?
You also need him to do
I take
this.
the paper from Jenica and I hand it to Ron.
Damn it.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Indirect, then. I
This
get
is
it.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, we are class 5, no big deal.
This
Yeah.
is
the thing we need.
absolutely brilliant. This is the greatest metapod design I have ever seen.
Wow.
Can't possibly build it with what you have here.
Right. Yeah.
Out of
we're
character,
looking
I
for
forget
it.
where we even got that, like the design stuff. Remember, there's a conversation about it. I'm trying to remember right now.
I'll have to think about that, about where you got that information.
Huh.
I don't
I
remember.
remember we had a big conversation about it in the diner at one point.
Do
Yeah.
you remember?
Chad remembers.
Chat.
They're just a little behind us.
Help us, Chat. You're our only hope.
Please remember what we were supposed to
Here.
remember ourselves.
Yeah, here, this will help.
You will definitely need some things you can't get in this metaverse.
Maximum, I remember.
No.
Thank you. Hoping that you'd say that.
Thanks, where did you get it?
Really quick.
Used to be a designer on the team. Oh, was it because Keeson? No.
No, it wasn't.
Jed designed the pods.
Kelly's character.
Yeah, who worked
Yeah.
for.
Right, but where
The
did we get these
founders,
current
right?
designs?
Supposedly.
Didn't we get him from the
Oh, Tom.
Pillars of Stuff?
That's right. They're really good designs.
They're from Tom. So yeah, they're really good because Tom's, Tom.
Transcends time.
Tom's not going to be like, here's this crap version of the Metapod.
You're going to need some parts that you just can't get.
Deluxe version.
We can't even fabricate them here.
You can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom gave
That's the
information
biggest
to
problem. The
Patrick.
parts is there's one that is a very, very intricate single solid piece with those seams. There's no way to manufacture that on this planet.
Oh, this Hellcat. There we go. Okay.
So you're assuming that wherever you're going has got to get you closer to that part.
We need to collect some parts if we're going to build this.
Finally. Okay, great.
All right,
Maybe
well,
it'll be okay.
I hope it
Who
will be
knows?
okay. I will monitor you guys from here as
Thank
much as I
you.
can.
So your question is,
Where do you go?
if you're going to the metaverse to get a part,
Right.
how do you get it back?
We use his Safony thing.
Well, I mean, or you take it through the diner, right?
Oh, right.
That's what we'd originally discussed, was to try and build one inside the diner.
Inside Joe's Diner. That's right. I remember
Just
that.
Diner.
Which is where currently the rest of those parts are.
He
I
doesn't know
understand.
what we're talking about.
Really?
You don't know Joe's? Oh, okay.
We are special.
Well, we'll take you.
We'll take you there.
Truth be known, I would be curious to see Hollywood's reaction to our
Right.
new
Same.
companion.
Criminal companion. Mm-hmm.
What if Hollywood is wrong?
Well, it's been very nice
What does
to
a
us.
diner have to do with metaverse?
Everything.
Yeah, funny enough,
Guess
I had
we
that
have something
initial
to show
same
you.
thought, and over time it grew on me.
Yeah. Guess
All right,
we'll
so,
teach you about it.
So well,
I don't know
let's
anything
just
about
let's
it
just
either.
hop in and see where the pods take us.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, Jenica.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Things are looking up.
We'll see you on the other side.
See you soon.
As you're walking along and taking a look, like trying to figure out which pod you're gonna get into. Yeah, you look in the windows of one of them, and there is legit a dude in that pod. Looks just like him, but way deader.
See, I told you he's dead, but not.
It wasn't my best day.
Like they don't even have the supports on in the back. Like,
It's not crazy.
yeah. Would you make a like a repair roll or something similar to it? In your case, I would need hold on
My notes over here.
and give me an advanced technology roll.
Succeed by 14.
Okay, you turn on the nanotech rejuvenation
There we go.
on all the pods. Like, why are these not on? It's like, as you're getting in your pods, he comes over and he's like, oh, he's like flipping what sound like very large switches in the back of your pods.
This is like having the master remote and only using the volume button.
So what is that gonna do? That switch you just switched.
Well, if your body, like the pod explains, if your body is damaged in any way while the pods are active or while you are immersed in the pods, this
These will keep them alive.
this basically repairs trauma using nano.
Oh.
It's to keep you from, dying in your pod.
Wait, so is it healing Thomas?
God. Yeah, what if you flip the
He
switch?
seems the same.
Well, I don't think
He's
it's
dead.
gonna be quick.
After he's dead, you're dead.
Look over a table.
It's a dead man in the pod. There's not a lot that nanotech
Okay.
can do with a dead man.
Nanotech.
I don't know. I see nanotech do
There's
such
always puppetry.
things.
It's nanotech. Did you say that word before?
Of course. It's quite common.
Oh dear. Okay.
You like when you think nanotech, you think bombshell,
Totally. 100%.
and that's pretty scary. So
But
you're
makes
all
sense.
in the pods.
Yep.
All right. You'll notice you have avatar sheets. Please put them in front of you. Take your sliders and move them all the way over to avatar.
It's all left, right?
All the way left.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Some things are changing on the
Yeah.
other side. I'm gonna stay the same.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cool.
I take you to Youngstown, Ohio, what would be the year 2019, but in this world of post-apocalyptic mayhem, we don't really keep track of what the years are anymore. Youngstown, Ohio, once boasted nearly 70,000 people, men, women, children of many sizes, shapes, and colors. There are currently 183 citizens who still have their lives or sanity intact. All living within the confines of Joe Saccovetti's 10-acre junkyard just inside the city limits, making it the third largest concentration of humans in what was once the greater tri-state area. While there are people outside the walls, they have been taken by bedlam and can no longer be called human. But there they are, screaming, night and day until their vocal cords give out, at which point they continue screaming silently, thousands of them. Some are content to just scream, others hunger and gorge themselves until they burst and then continue to gorge themselves. The worst screamers won't just scream or eat or dance or laugh, but are compelled to just tear everything apart that is living that they run into. These are what used to be your friends and family. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-apocalypse. Let me give you a little breakdown on what happened. About 17 years ago, in the year 2000, everything was supposed to,
2000.
everything was supposed to change, and it did.
Oh.
There was a weird shimmering in the air that day, a thickness, a heaviness to it that's normally not there. You could almost taste the magic, even though we didn't know what it was then. We saw our first glimpses of them on television, standing in front of the White House in full regalia, armor made from vines and leaves. They looked like fantasy creatures come to life. Big orbs for eyes, translucent skin, beautiful from far away, but hideous with mouths full of sharp teeth close up. Dressed like the kings and queens of old with their swords and their strange-looking steeds. 12 of them came to the front door of the White House that day and demanded to see the King of America. When they were laughed at, the bedlam began. With a wave of his hand, the strange king with thorns on his head
Oh, shit.
cast a spell that made most of the entirety of North America all go crazy at once. War wasn't fought with bullets or swords or knives, but just turning people's own sanity against them so they couldn't fight back. Instead, they just run through the streets screaming night and day, leaving only a few mortals unaffected. As I said, there are 183 people in Youngstown, Ohio
Okay.
that are sane.
Okay.
And right now, you're 4 of them. I introduce first Mr. Giuseppe Saccavetti, owner of Joey Sock's Acres of Parts, a 10-acre junkyard that now serves as the entire city of Youngstown.
Yeah, it does.
Wall-to-wall cars. In fact, the walls are cars.
Oh yeah, there's a whole section of caddies over in the back. It's great.
Since your wife was taken by the bedlam,
Yeah. May she rest in peace.
you have raised your daughter on your own in this small community. Your beautiful daughter, Gina,
Oh yeah, Gina,
who
you're
is
gorgeous.
so much of a woman now in her own way.
Thanks, Dad.
Youngstown is not like other towns. There aren't that many in the country anyway. All of them pay tribute in some way to the dark fae that are basically their masters. Lest they be, eaten, turned crazy like everyone else. These small settlements all find different ways. Leaving gifts,
Okay.
paying in people.
All
The
right.
elves demand a high price. It is
Yeah,
true.
sounds like it.
But Youngstown has dealt with it unlike any other city. Some tried to fight back, they were wiped out.
Okay.
Some decided to, acquiesce and have slowly dwindled down. Youngstown has kept the highest per capita population steadily
Oh.
by doing one thing. Every night, they party. They hold revels for these horrible creatures that show up for this party.
Oh, okay.
And make them all dance and sing the night away. They're exhausted most of the time because they have to pretend like they enjoy this party. There's a very intricate dance that everybody in the town knows.
Oh, wow.
Every movement too, and they're all very, very specific movements. It's a very beautiful dance, don't get me wrong. Takes hours and hours and hours to learn and probably weeks to perfect, but they perform it every night, several times. Every citizen.
Oh, that's...
You do it, everybody dances. And it's really a horrible existence. Because you're just toys for these things that have decided not to crush you.
It's depressing.
It's very depressing, but it is survival. And sometimes being a slave is safer than fighting. Not the way you were raised, mind you,
No.
but everybody in this town is your responsibility because they say so. For some reason, when people started fleeing into your junkyard and you started taking people in, the elves came with an army with the intent to attack, unless they spoke to the king of the junkyard, who was apparently you. Ever since then, they've treated you as kind of a de facto mayor. In fact, you came up with the idea to just throw them a party every night yourself.
Hey, it was worth a shot. Worked out.
It's a rough existence, but at least you've been getting through it, and that is something. But it's not going to last forever. Every couple of parties, somebody else disappears, which is why you're down to 183 citizens.
but I mean, that gives us what? Every couple parties, someone disappears.
You could probably live like this for the next 5 years and still have a few people left over.
I mean, it's an option, Gina. I'm just
Oh, we can't really do anything.
To the
about it
north,
now.
there's the Masabi Iron Range, a place untouched by the horrible creatures. A string of mines that has since been turned into a fortress made completely of iron, run by a young governor who is named Walter McDermott, also known as the Iron King to the elves. The Iron King has agreed to put your town under its protection if you send your daughter to marry him. Pretty straightforward. Today is the day that you are preparing to send her away. You have hired a wayfarer who is a guide that can take you through the lands without getting eaten by the bedlam or the fairies, to take you all the way up to Minnesota where these kingdoms are.
Kingdoms of Minnesota.
Yeah, it's not a nice place. It is definitely not a nice place. If I could get you all to kind of introduce your characters to chat for a moment, I'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good. Do you want?
I mean, he already
Oh, you
introduced
guys,
us,
right.
so.
I'm the Wayfarer, here to take you on your journey. That was
Great.
rude.
Sorry, I don't want to get married, but I'm dealing with it. But I appreciate your help. Thank you so much for being here.
Can you remind me where we found you?
What's your name?
I'm from everywhere. I was hired. I am the Wayfarer.
Is she human?
I don't know who's human anymore, Dad.
You look vaguely human.
Be thankful.
I am vaguely human.
Fantastic. You Catholic?
What? Dad, don't ask that.
It's important to check, dear. I'm just saying.
There's no religion anymore.
It still matters.
Does it?
Italian?
Not
Clearly
everyone's
not
Italian.
Italian.
You know,
sorry.
you gotta check these things on you. I'm just saying.
This is why we've survived this long.
Then you should be thankful to him.
I'm very thankful for my awesome dad.
Oh, yes, she is. She's great. She's my little pumpkin.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And your companion, who may or may not be with you at the moment. Is he with us?
I'm just checking your wards.
You're checking our wards?
Your wards.
Wards? I don't need you to
The
check our
outside of
wards.
every major human settlement is covered in sigils and wards. There are people left of the old world. What that means is, when these things attacked, nobody knew what they were, and for the most part, people still basically don't know what they are. You don't know what hurts them. I mean, your city, from the inside, has got everything from wind chimes to dream catchers
Yeah,
to
it does.
just hanging from absolutely everything, making noise, because A, it keeps out the screaming, and one of the charms might work against whatever these things are. You don't know. The only thing that they know does work are these wards that were put up by this traveler known as the blacksmith, who showed up just after these creatures did, and has been kind of a helper of the people.
A human?
Yeah. He sends out, or he used to just travel himself from settlement to settlement, out in the dark of night. He would show up at a settlement, he would tell a few stories and trade a meal, and he would fix the wards on any settlement to keep bad things from happening.
The wards.
These wards don't really keep the fairies away, but it lets them know that they might be friendly, and so they don't immediately attack.
Okay.
And from the blacksmith, people in general have learned that these things are in fact fairies of some kind.
Oh.
And he's the blacksmith.
No.
I knew that.
He is an agent of the blacksmith. He showed up when the blacksmith stopped showing up about a year ago.
So what do we call him?
Jack.
He's the blacksmith's apprentice. That's what everybody pretty much calls him. But he's known as Jack.
That works.
Jack.
Jack does not like to come to this town.
Sympathizers.
In In fact, he has a
What?
poor attitude. He thinks of them as sympathizers because they placate instead of fighting.
The only good Fae is a dead Fae.
I mean, you're not fighting.
Maybe smile. Maybe he is mysteriously fighting.
That's true. I mean, there seems to be depth behind that grin.
Let's put that over here for now.
Anyway, he comes and basically fixes wards for a meal. He tries to be gone by nighttime, but today is Sunday. And on Sunday, there are no revels. It's the only day of rest in Youngstown.
That's fair.
Interesting.
In fact, you chose to have your going away party, not really a party, a very quiet dinner with family because we hate parties,
Right.
on this night to celebrate the coming of the Wayfarer who's going to get you all the way to the mines. And the blacksmith's apprentice is here, which is handy. Only because it's a Sunday, he doesn't want to see the partying. There is a small luncheon for the people of the town to get together, where generally Joe says a few words. In this case, it's a very special day because it's his daughter's last day in town.
You want me to say some words?
You probably should.
Thanks for letting me play last minute. Enjoy the post-apocalypse for me. Let this help keep you alive until we meet again.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sarah, will you get me hot water?
Hear ye. Welcome. Good to have you here. Years ago when we settled here in acres of parts, we settled. And, some people say settling's a bad thing. My in-laws used to say that all the time to my wife. Boy. But, I'm just saying that sometimes life moves on and, you gotta live. You gotta survive. And that's what we are, survivors. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get stronger. I love
Yeah.
you, Gina. That's what I had to say.
I love you too, Dad.
The weary people of Youngstown give their applause.
Thank you.
It is then at the corner that you see that the Wayfarer has indeed arrived.
Oh, excellent.
Standing in the corner, looking very, very silent, hood up. Quite official looking.
Get handed a drink.
You hand me a drink?
No, I said handed a drink.
Oh.
Handed a drink.
Because you were.
So here you are. You wish you could leave today?
Mm-hmm. But I assume we have to leave tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. First light. You don't like being around a lot of people.
Yeah, no.
It's an honor to have you here to fare the way of my daughter. I mean, look at this face. Isn't this a good face?
Dad,
It is the same
the
as any
Wayfarer
face.
doesn't need to. Sees my face.
I'm just saying.
It's then that the wind chimes stop completely, as though the wind has completely died.
Well, that's not good.
And you hear the screams from outside the walls that accompany life here in Ohio. Thousands of people screaming outside the walls all the time. But the wind chime stopping means one thing. They're here.
Who?
And with that, there's a slight trumpet fanfare that seems to come out of the sky, and the notes twist in the air.
I ghost.
Fair.
You just never talk to us again? What the hell, Wayfarer?
Do you want me to explain what it is?
Yeah, using one of your...
It's a +6 to my stealth versus humans or Fae, one or the other at a time. And I'm obviously the Fae are coming. I'm ghosting the Fae.
I will be honest. This was almost a meltdown, if only because I want to see James and Chris swap characters. But instead, let's do #Aquabuff and #ThomasBuff.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you very much.
So much.
Thank you, Chad.
I can see what people would want to see that, though.
Oh, sir, they want to know where your 20 bucks are going. Okay.
So,
They're here.
they are here. Yeah, there's like literal trumpet
The thing.
fanfare. As I said, the notes twist in what would be the wind were there any right now, but there is not.
So we know, we've heard this before, we know that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, they tend to announce themselves in very extravagant ways. Trumpets are pretty popular. This doesn't seem to be an exception to that, as, sure enough, the gate opens itself, and a retinue walk in a small, like, the pumpkin carriage from Cinderella, something like that, with very, very spindly axles and spikes sticking on it come in. And there's a coachman, and the things that are passing for coachmen nowadays are not what you would expect. These creatures are, again, from far away, they look very, very elegant and long and graceful. And the closer you get, the more bug-like they seem. Like, more like insects with their giant glassy eyes. They're creepy. But they're dressed in, like, little ruffled collars and just odd finery. But they come right into the gates.
And we're not expecting them?
No, it's Sunday.
Welcome.
You don't know who it is?
Welcome, representatives of...
Great ones,
Great ones.
Honored ones is what you usually
Honored
call
great
them.
ones. Representatives, welcome. Can I interest you in a carburetor?
They never want those.
I've got a lot. I'm hoping to get rid of them someday.
The coachman lets out what appears to be some kind of an envoy. Think if an elf got stretched about a foot, and then their skin got pulled so tight that it became translucent.
You look very pliant today.
And then their hair just slicked back so severely that if they pulled it into a ponytail, they would look constantly surprised.
It's like Wall Street.
Dressed in what appears to be almost a modern suit and tie. Except for the large ruffles at the collar and the sword at his hip.
Most
They like fashion.
poofy, honored one. Welcome.
Dad.
Good to have you here. Did you?
Lord Joe of Youngstown.
Yes. You.
I am the envoy representative for one Ruprecht of Valenwood and Odessa of Thorn, Grand Duchess of Akron, Ohio.
Have we met them before?
No.
You know who they are, kinda? Because you've heard people say that, like other
Not
fae, like
yet.
say names.
Are they human?
No.
No.
Are they Catholic?
No one's
No.
Catholic, Dad. I
No,
told
they're
you
definitely-
earlier.
Wanted to check.
Definitely not Catholic.
No one's Catholic anymore.
Her Great Majesty extends you greetings and congratulations on the day of your daughter's wedding.
It's very.
The revels will be held tonight in her honor.
I don't think we weren't really planning on reveling this evening. I mean, it's Sunday. It's.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
It is not a traditional day for revels, the Duchess agrees.
But it's
And sends her condolences, however she wishes to pose her congratulations to your beautiful daughter as she marries her sworn enemy, the Iron King.
About the sworn enemy part.
You are aware that we are at war with the Iron Kingdom, yes?
Actually, no, I hadn't heard that.
Oh. Well, we are.
Yep. That's a good one.
And
Yep.
so we revel tonight.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
The Duchess, Grand Duchess of Akron, Odessa of Thorn, presents this to you.
Don't.
Janessa, as your gift, we shall leave it here on this table for you.
Thank you.
Hopefully you will wear it to tonight's revels, and we will see you all for the dance. And with that, he twirls and gets back in his awful little carriage.
Well, that was awkward.
And they back the carriage out and close the doors. There is fanfare, and then the wind chimes start again.
I want to use Fey knowledge on whatever they just set down.
It's a box.
Okay, we don't. Oh, okay. I'll wait till it's open.
mean, what is it?
Jack.
Let's open it and see what's
Accept
inside.
Jack said-
gifts.
Oh, don't take. Set it down.
Well, I mean, we don't have to accept it, but we should at least open it.
Okay, I'm gonna open it. I wanna open the
Inside
box.
is a golden collar.
Oh, I hate this.
If that's a chastity belt, I'm just saying, I think it's too late.
So
Dad.
beating it by 11.
Honey, I love you, but I mean, come on.
Beating my Fey knowledge by 11. Is anything about this familiar?
Oh, if she puts that collar on,
Yeah.
she is automatically a slave to Odessa.
That's what I figured. Okay, cool. Is there any runes around it? Magic
Oh yeah,
around
no,
it?
it's magically geased in several areas. It's been
Can I?
heavily worked upon.
So for beating it by a lot, is there a tracking system? Is there a
Nope.
it has to be used?
It's just a collar of ownership that the
Okay.
recipient has to put on themselves.
It's a lot of magic for a little
okay.
girl.
Is it magic just to her?
I am not a little girl.
Yeah.
So no one else could put it on.
Well, anybody else could put it on, but it's got her name on
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Do I have to put it on?
Do I
lot of
know
trouble
what
for
this
a
thing
little
is?
No, you have no idea what it is.
So that's kinky. What is that thing anyway?
I'll unghost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they can see the whole
They
time.
can see the
They
whole
can
time,
see the whole time. I'll tell them what it is. That it's a collar. If you put this collar on, you will be her slave.
Oh hell no! That's not. No one's doing that to my chick.
If you don't put the collar on, I feel like this evening will go poorly for you.
She put a lot of energy into making that.
I mean,
Why?
Can you tell that it's? Can you see? Can she see? Who knows this is magical? Is it just because it looks like this?
The Wayfarer is.
Give me another fairy knowledge, both of you.
It's like glow.
Where did the Wayfarer come from? Like who? How
I
did
beat mine by 10.
Beat her by 11.
Well done, both of you. So what you know is that obviously the queen, the Duchess, is insulted by her marrying
Oh
her
yeah, no,
enemy,
this is bad.
and is giving you the ultimatum that either you put that collar on, or it's a threat.
Right.
Put this on, or we're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
You're mine now, not his.
So what if I can assemble and repair things? What if I assemble a dummy collar
Okay.
and you can put that on, so she'll leave us alone until you leave tomorrow?
You really think you can trick
Yeah.
a fairy queen?
Like she'd know. She'd
Based
know
on
right
this
away.
mind score, yes.
I don't think you have the proper
All right.
magics.
So I'm gonna talk to the brains of the family. Why does she want you?
I don't know. Why would she want me? Who does she usually want?
What do you offer the boy you marry?
Why does he want her?
Well, I mean, look at the face.
No. What do you offer? This isn't about her face.
I don't understand.
What do you mean?
I don't see you willingly let your daughter go unless she can provide something he needs and he can provide something you need.
Both make notice checks.
You know, you haven't explained to me why specifically.
I beat mine by 11.
Beat it by 3.
I just want to be a good daughter.
All right, that's enough for both of you. The sculptures. There's little tiny, anywhere from 1-inch to 10-inch sculptures made of various items, all over this place.
Okay.
You noticed every single one of the Fae that were outside of a carriage took one with them when they left.
And are they like of animals? Are they
They're
like...
all of Fae creatures.
Okay.
And they
took it when they
look
left.
at them very longingly.
And they...
They love these little things.
Interesting.
They're
Did
like
I
the
notice
Beanie
that?
Babies of elves.
Right. Does she make them?
She makes them, every single one of them, by hand.
She's quite the artist.
Thank you, Dad.
So that's what you offer the
I mean,
boy.
she was supposed to be, more of a mechanic.
Maybe.
But I'm an artist.
You are.
Instead.
So why do they want them?
Why do they want them? They look like them?
They do like anything
They
that
do.
look like that.
They do. I know.
Do I know that? Have I seen them take?
You've
them
noticed
before?
they love your sculptures.
Oh.
They always take them. They always tell you how wonderful they are
Oh,
and
I
how
make-
talented you are for a human.
I make them for them. They like them.
Yes,
So-
it's one of the things that keeps them partying instead of slaughtering.
and since I have to help Dad, with the day-to-day, making these little sculptures for them is really nice.
So when you leave, and there are no more sculptures because you're making them for your new husband.
No more Youngstown.
The enemy of the Duchess.
I mean, we've got a lot stockpiled.
I have a lot of time on
I mean,
my
look
hands.
around this place, you know.
That's what I do during the parties.
You put on that collar, no more Youngstown. You leave, no more Youngstown.
I'm a little confused as to why I was behind this idea.
You don't know how they work. You don't know how they operate. Like I said, that wouldn't have made any sense to you if somebody would have told you that yesterday.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, we weren't expecting the collar.
Well, I can't go. We can't go anywhere then. I can't marry Walter McDermott. We can't go.
The Iron King.
That's the one.
Oh, the Iron King, yeah.
The one the Fae are afraid of.
Why are they afraid of him anyway?
Or at least at war with.
Do you know why
Correct.
they're at war?
Do I?
Iron.
Iron, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, iron.
Why? What is iron?
Fae don't like iron.
Why not? What happens? It's doing it again.
They get the clothes right.
Just tell him.
It kills them.
It kills them?
What? It's that simple?
Some of them. Some of them it's a little harder.
How the hell did we get down to 173 people in Youngstown and not figure this out?
Do we have iron in our junkyard?
Not just any iron.
Oh.
Cold forged.
He doesn't realize why he's in charge.
You realize?
Can't heat it.
You realize how cold it is around here right now? Look at the coat I'm wearing.
No alloys.
We got cold iron all over the
no
place.
blends.
Do we have iron like
Pure.
Yeah, you're in
Cold.
a huge junkyard.
Forged.
But it's not
Filled
pure
with-
cold
You can't
iron.
Well, no, it
forge
doesn't.
It's good.
They
You
don't
gotta
like
heat
iron.
it.
Period.
Right.
You've never hit something 10,000 times with a hammer.
So what are my sculptures
Who would
made
do
of?
that?
A blacksmith.
I knew that.
It's a blacksmith apprentice.
I knew that. I knew that.
So what are my sculptures made out of? Not iron.
Anything. You make them out of all sorts
Everything.
of garbage.
All
yeah.
the stuff. Okay, cool.
But it's beautiful garbage. Look at the face.
What's unique about them is that they're all one piece.
How do you do that?
I make them.
Ah!
I don't know, I just do.
She's got a gift.
I do it alone, generally.
Yeah. I can't do that. Hey, don't get me wrong.
do other
I'm an
things.
artist when it comes to cars.
Yeah, you are. He's a great mechanic. You knew this. You know everything. Okay. So what do we do about this collar?
That is your choice.
But you can't put it on.
I know I can't. But what? There seems to be no alternative. Is there anything we? Is there any possible way that?
Wait, what happens if someone else puts it on? Or puts it on her? Did the person say that she had to put it on herself?
Yeah.
So what happens if someone else does?
It's not willing.
It would. No.
You have to
Magic,
willingly
Dad.
put on the collar.
So if she doesn't do it willingly, if someone else does it doesn't work?
Take a closer look at it.
Okay.
Beyond me.
Beat by 10.
Okay, if somebody else puts on the collar,
Yeah.
it'll absolutely work for them in just a much more painful fashion.
Ah. What if someone else puts it on her? That was the question.
If someone else puts it on her, it'll work on the person who put it on them.
Great. Yeah. So it'll backfire.
I don't think I understand.
So if I was to put it on her, it would connect to me instead.
Painfully.
So what we needed is a volunteer.
Well, but wouldn't they know? They'd know. They'd come to the party and they'd be like, "Oh, she's not wearing it," right?
Oh, right. That part.
Yeah.
Well, you've still got a couple hours to figure it out, as the revels don't generally start until sundown, and as it's, winter, you've got about 2.5 hours to figure out what you're going to do.
So you've seen one of these before?
They're not common.
But I know of them.
They're a symbol more than anything.
Did I notice anything about those statues that was special, other than No magic, no nothing. It's just they just look like them.
They,
okay.
they are not.
Just
They are.
checking.
They are clearly untouched by the Fae, but perfect representations of them.
Right. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Can you show me how you make one?
Yeah. Sure.
Show me.
Okay. Well, all right. I have a special area.
Take me.
Okay.
It's usually just random stuff you pick up.
Okay.
So as you're walking over to your area, you just grab something off of one of the cars.
Here's a rear view mirror, and this cigarette lighter, and this teddy bear.
For example.
That's better. That's more for the energy. When I do it, I make thinking about them. Thinking about.
So you took
the
what now?
elves. A rear view mirror
Mm-hmm.
and a cigarette lighter.
Okay, so the cigarette lighter is it's actually like when you grab the mirror and you're shaking it around and you break the glass out of it real quick, so you've got this chunk, and the cigarette lighter you're holding, and it just doesn't feel quite right because of the plastic end. So you toss that aside. The teddy bear you keep close.
Yeah.
And you start messing with this stainless this piece of stainless steel and like working it in your hands and sculpting it. Like it's clay.
Problem solved.
What?
That's what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
She wants a teddy bear?
Oh,
She wants what your daughter.
Do you see what she's doing there?
Yeah, she's making her art.
Did you not listen when I said cold, forged, iron? It's you.
I'm cold forged iron? No.
You're here. You're real. The blacksmith was right.
Could you elaborate a little bit, Jack? What did the blacksmith say?
We've been waiting for you.
Is that why you're here?
I'm here to check the wards. This is all luck.
What do you think, Dad?
Something I've been in short supply of.
Here.
It looks just like you.
I mean, she's already spoken for, if that's what you're talking about.
Dad.
Iron King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak for me.
Yes, the Iron King.
So that's why they're at war.
Because you can make pretty art?
No, because they have all the iron and iron hurts them.
And she can forge it with her hands.
I never thought about it before.
Yeah, it's not normal, is it? Huh.
I don't really know what that is.
So it would behoove us to get her to her wedding.
We could change the whole war.
You're still not sure what they're talking about.
War? You mean the war between the Iron
To
Kingdom?
kill every single damn Fae on this planet.
So you want her to go get married and make statues to kill
Not
the
statues.
invaders?
Then
She
what?
will make weapons.
All sorts of painful things.
That makes so much sense. I can make weapons that can hurt them. Right?
Yes.
It took 10,000 hammer strokes for each one of these knuckles. Each one is. Do you know how long it takes?
It doesn't seem worth it.
It is.
Wow, this is
She
a
can
lot.
do that in seconds. Seconds.
I hope you weren't too attached to your
Come to
town.
think of it, you did send a couple of those sculptures when you were trying to petition the Iron King for some help for your town.
It's true. It was kind of like
And he
a
did ask about who made them. and
dowry, as it were.
You did mention it was your beautiful young daughter.
Look at the face.
Thanks, Dad. Did I know that this was weird, or have I always been able to
You've
do
always
this?
just been able to do
Yeah,
it.
that's what she does.
Did
you-
my mom know?
Some people can whistle.
No,
My mom didn't know.
no. But your mom also was like the type of person to leave milk out for the fairies before they ever attacked.
She was so sweet.
Mm-hmm. She remembered the old ways.
Can you get her there?
She's marked. I'm gonna mark her.
Okay. The Wayfarer looks at you and just like points her hand and says some.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You said you weren't Catholic.
Not that's no, they don't do that. Well,
It's been a while since I went to
what did you do to
mass,
me?
but I'm just saying. I know it's something.
I have marked you. I will now always know your location.
Okay,
Did it hurt?
not at all.
So.
Do I feel different?
No, not at all.
Where does the Wayfarer come from? Where do you come from? How did we
Okay.
hire
So
you?
you decide to take a look. Give me a check. Hold on. Wrong side.
Ooh, sorry.
Please stop touching my stuff.
Oh!
You're talking.
I'm the babe with the power.
The babe with the power. What power?
Power.
Who do?
You do.
Do
You
what?
won.
You're on the babe.
All right. I would like you to make a metallurgy check.
Okay. Do I have that skill?
You do.
Oh, I do right here.
It's a 16. So roll under a 16. You did.
I did.
You did roll under a 16. Good job.
By 4.
All right. You take a good hard look at the Wayfarer. You see she is of two worlds.
Oh.
She stands halfway between a veil. As you look at this veil, you see that it separates
it look
two
like a
distinct
veil?
worlds.
Is it like a billowing veil?
It's like a thin sheet
Like a
that
strip.
goes that seems to go around everything, but it seems to cut right through the middle of her.
Did the Iron Kingdom send you? No.
She's you can tell she's a changeling.
Oh, a changeling. Have we met other changelings?
There are humans that were raised in Fae, or Fae that were raised in human. Switched out for regular
Whoa.
babies of the same type at birth. They are generally frowned upon by both humans and Fae. Unless they have a place at court and have been given a title, such as Wayfarer, who charge exorbitant fees to take people across the horrible landscape that is the world.
Who paid you to take me?
The Iron King paid her.
Oh, so the Iron King. Okay, well,
I knew that.
I feel like it's okay that I was marked somehow.
You will not get away.
That's not ominous. Okay.
Just like I like this weird energy. Okay, wait.
So-
sir.
It's not long before the revels are going to begin. What's your decision? What are you going to do, guys?
I mean, you can't put that collar on.
Okay, well, what's the other option?
We leave now.
What about all the
I've been
people
waiting.
here?
Yeah, what about all of the people, our friends and family,
Well, I mean, they're not family.
right? What happens when?
We should take them all with us.
You want to move across this country with 173 people?
No, 175. You two are here now.
No.
174. He stays here.
Possibly.
You have to be the smart one.
My duty is to transport your daughter, and that is what I will do.
This is a lot of new information. What?
Well, I mean, if you just stay here, though, we could, like...
Be a
What
slave?
do they do with the cold eye?
What does who do with it?
The guys who were leaving in the car.
Oh my.
They take the statues. They leave. What do they do with it? Why? They hurt
You don't know
somebody?
what you don't. It doesn't hurt them. It's not made. The stuff that they're picking up isn't made of iron. It's made
It's a
of
Cadillac.
wood or pieces of
Why
Cadillac.
do they
or-
want it?
Because it looks like them. They
pretty
love
up.
art. They always have loved art and music.
And they're pretty egotistical, just by nature.
That's like saying Hitler was a little mean-spirited,
Right, yeah, no, Fae are notoriously like,
So, like,
self-obsessed.
yeah, so if they see something, a piece of art made as them, like, oh my god, I'm keeping it. Oh my god, yes. That's how my Fae talks in my head, I've decided.
Oh my god. Have we seen them die? The Fae?
No.
We've never seen.
No.
Have you?
Lots of times.
What happens? Do they just?
Different every time.
Usually smoke.
You're grinning a lot at that.
If he's
Said
anything
death to all
like
the
the
elves
blacksmith,
over
he really likes killing them.
Yeah. That's fair.
Do you know anything about the screamers? And can they be changed back?
Best thing to do with the screamer is put them out of their misery.
Yeah, but can you change them back? Or do you know anything about that? Is that a possible thing?
The best thing to do with the screamer is put it out of its misery. Whatever was out there, whatever you think you know, it's not there anymore. Those aren't people. They're gone.
So if she doesn't put this collar on,
She comes with
They'll
me.
come
we
here.
Go to
They'll
the
kill
king.
us all.
so why? I mean, they haven't killed us now until now. What's different?
Look, I'm about to marry Walter.
They're just looking for a reason to get offended.
Oh.
They're still going to have the rebels. They might not kill everyone.
They'll at least kill her.
So I have to leave. They don't.
Or take her.
Over my dead body.
Easily
That
done.
will probably be the point.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
What if you put someone else in charge, or you stay and I just go?
Both as your father and not wanting to die. I think I'm gonna go with you.
Thanks, Dad.
Problem.
But if you go with me, then who's gonna be? If you stayed, maybe you could convince them not to kill everyone because of the parties.
I'm not so sure about that now.
Are you decided?
We should leave now, but you should know my
The
duty.
bell is striking 5. The sun is going down. The revels are about to begin.
They're about to be here.
We should leave.
There's no way to do it.
Soon, fake creatures from all over show up in droves. A leprechaun here, a red cap there. All twisted versions of the cartoons you saw as children. Horrible and mangled in their appearance.
How many secret ways or back ways are there out of this place?
There's one way out of the junkyard.
There's only one.
Yep, the gate.
Really? Is that really? It's the only way.
Yeah.
It's not like a secret little way.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a secret little way.
Well, I mean, technically, that's not true.
Technically, that's not true.
I mean, we do have someone who's capable of manipulating metal or other items with their bare hands.
Nice
And
one,
this whole
Dad.
thing is surrounded by a wall of cars.
Suddenly, Father has become very imaginative.
Oh my god.
What he lacks in intelligence, he more than makes up for in imagination.
You know.
So where is the perfect spot for us to exit from?
If you run.
It's a round yard, right?
Right,
Kill
yeah.
'em all.
So, 10 acres.
But if like the main gate's here,
Mm-hmm. And you want to go out the opposite way?
yeah. Or at least I want to go out the way that's gonna get us
They're
to
your
a
people.
good route. You know what I mean? I'm trying to track get
Oh,
us away.
you can't find a path until morning. That's why you're not leaving until morning.
What you're telling me now
Oh,
makes it sound
I
like everyone's
can't?
going to
Okay.
die anyway.
You can only find the path when you can find the path, and the path won't appear until morning.
Oh.
Well, what?
You have to survive the night.
Oh.
Is there any?
Either in town or out. It's up to you.
Blacksmith would know what to do.
You should call it.
What do you think he would do?
If I knew.
Can you ward us against the Fae?
Fanfare begins.
Not that many.
But if we ran somewhere in the woods, could you make us invisible?
Ethereal trumpets and strings fill the night air, and the wind chimes stop.
You could probably do better.
My chimes.
Ghost.
Are you sure you can get them out?
I can get them out.
The pixies always arrive first. Nasty little things. They look like giant, mosquito hawks. Except in the shape of people with that same mosquito hawky skin.
Throw together as many of them sculpture things as you can for them.
She's got tons
Just
lying
give 'em
around
lunch.
all over the place.
I have some.
Slow them down, distract them, make the revel start happening, delay it.
Delay the revel, but make it start happening?
Make some kind of a big deal about putting this stupid thing on.
The rest of the town is already getting the punch ready. Like, they're bringing out feasting stuff. They do this every day. These people know how to throw a party.
Are we ever able to leave the junkyard, or is it only inside the junkyard that these humans are ever?
You have rangers that go outside the junkyard to get stuff for you.
Which direction do you want to go?
I will not know until morning.
That's not helpful.
I know.
So the path is illuminated, Dad.
Which way is least likely?
South.
South.
Perfect. No problem. Your honored guests, welcome. I am so glad to have you here for tonight's revel.
Are you gonna Bilbo Baggins right now?
Several of these fancy type carriages show up. You've never seen more than one in one place. You've never seen more than one in one place. You've only seen that many at court.
Mm-hmm.
There is literally nobility here, and lots of it. And courtiers from the city are showing up.
Do I recognize any of them?
Maybe all of them. Like, they're all of note.
All of note.
This has become a gala event.
Now, would you say these are high in the court or low?
Low to medium.
Okay, great.
With the exception of Ruprecht of Valewood and Odessa of Thorngren, Duchess of Akron, Ohio, who both do show up.
Running's no longer.
And they're definitely of the high court.
Yes. She specifically and her cousin Ruprecht are both.
And have I ever dealt with them before?
No.
Just heard of. Okay, great.
No. They do things, have people do things on their behalf all the time.
Yeah.
They're both over 7 feet tall with like limbs maybe this big around, long spindly fingers, pointed ears that extend up past the top of their head.
Oh, yeah. No, they look great.
I have statues of them. Is there any gold around to make a replica of this thing? I could put it on. Maybe they won't know.
You can work with that like anything else.
Oh, the color?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if she smudges some of the ruins?
We'd have to find out.
Should I smudge the runes?
Actually, you both have runic magic, right?
Yeah, yes, rune work.
Please roll.
Okay.
Please make a rune work roll.
Beat it by 3?
Beat it by 12?
Yeah, that's about as much as you can beat it by. So, you're rolling really high today, Margaret.
Thanks. I'm actually rolling really low.
That's great. Let's super.
I play games.
You be careful. The rune work, the way that rune work works, obviously, is you draw a symbol and you infuse it with magic. If the symbol is damaged or smudged in some way,
doesn't work.
That rune doesn't work.
Correct.
Because that's why they carve them into things.
Correct.
So they don't get smudged or damaged.
Right, which is why it's in this metal, but...
But really, she can just go, and those are gone.
What you should do, they can't see me. I want to move up to her and I want to whisper.
Most of the runes are on the inside of the collar.
Right. However, what you can do is literally pick up the collar as if you were to put it on, so there doesn't look like foul play.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're picking it up, you just move your fingers, you've smudged it. If it doesn't work, you could put it on and it won't work, but they might not know that. You see what I'm saying? You're not in front of them going, right? You're being sly. That's the sound you used.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
You're being smooth, destroying the magic,
Okay.
and still going through, so maybe we can get through the party in the night, but escape in the morning. When they're all drunk.
That sounds good, right?
Puts that on, though.
Love it.
Expecting to take her with him.
Yeah, but they're not gonna leave until morning, when we're leaving.
And how do we get away from them then?
We deal with it then.
You guys are talking about all this amongst yourselves as the, retinue of very high, expensive-looking nobles in their ridiculous clothing.
Jack, that's tomorrow's us's problem.
They begin making their way. The envoy steps in front of them.
I'm gonna do it. Okay. I pick it up.
I'm also gonna
Giuseppe Saccovetti, we are here as your honored guest. Is the guest of honor ready?
Pray tell, For which of the honored of the guests would you be speaking? Most honored one.
Of course, of your beautiful betrothed daughter.
Why yes, your stickliness. She is both.
I find your compliment acceptable.
I would also like to say with my awesome roll on
She's
Rune.
also prepared this for you. Most
It's
What
you.
is that, pray tell?
elongated one.
It's you.
Truly, I have never seen its equal.
Good.
You are stunning.
Good.
I am stunning.
Best one I've ever made.
Since Maggie is rolling so
It
low,
is.
and Christian doesn't have a buff. Hashtag meltdown, hashtag system shock, hashtag
This is how we do it. Okay.
So I'd also like to argue, Christian, that because my rune work roll was so good, I can point to her the exact spot that she's got a smudge.
Oh, I bet you would argue that.
Yeah.
So, we go. See how you get to do things after the fact, but no, you don't.
Well, I was trying to talk and I was interrupted.
I know, and it was me who interrupted you. So, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You can tell her which rune it is.
Okay.
She very subtly points at one of them, like that one on the left next to your thumb.
All you gotta do is just like, oh.
So the envoy stops talking and just stares longingly at his statue for a very long period of time. The rest of his retinue, the actual important people that he's with, just stand behind him until he is unceremoniously turned into a toad and hops away, leaving his statue of him next to him. One of the taller people stands up and stands forward, wearing a dress that seems to flow back for miles and be made of butterfly wings. Like I said, they dress terribly.
I don't know, that sounds pretty amazing.
All the men look like Mr. Furley from Three's
I
Company.
need that dress.
You're saying they dress terribly, and I totally want that.
Yeah, no, who doesn't want a butterfly dress? Mark wants one. Sarah wants one. New Mark wants one. Everybody wants a butterfly dress.
Newmark. It's Leo. It's Leo.
Newmark.
New Mark. We're not learning names today. It's
No.
it's the premiere.
I also have a statue that looks like her
Okay.
that I make over here.
In anticipation of your wondrous
With the
arrival,
butterflies
As she,
cut
see,
out.
as she sees you lift your hands up with her big giant black eyes get bigger and blacker, if that's even possible.
Oh!
And the eyelashes flutter out and close.
Wow.
What's this?
It's you. Your
I
Highness.
am bride. You do me honor. Take this. She passes it back behind her. One of the other guys like goes to catch it and put it in the carriage.
Thank you for your gift.
I see you're not wearing it.
I'm going to put it on right now.
Are you? Knowing what it means.
Yes.
Aren't we the brave one? You would have made the Iron King a fine bride indeed. Now, of course, I won't be able... Once you put that on, I most likely won't let you go that way. Although you would be a fine assassin, wouldn't you?
Oh.
We use mortals for things sometimes.
You can't see me.
Looks at you. You have a musk.
yes,
Should I
I'm in stealth mode.
put it on now?
that's what
Perhaps
we
your father
agreed
would
to.
like to do the honors? Put the collar on you himself?
Oh, but it was for me.
No, I think it's better if, this is her moment, and, as a proud father, I'd like to respect that, and respect you.
I see.
Is that okay? Or
Of course it's all right. We are, after all, under your roof, Joe.
I mean, it's a metaphorical roof, but yeah, you're right.
I have not gotten a chance to introduce myself since I don't do that thing, and my envoy was very irresponsible. My name is Odessa of Thorn. I am the Grand Duchess of Akron, Ohio.
Ah, the Odessa of Thorn of Akron.
Kurt's
From the seat of power located in the Quaker Square of Akron, Ohio.
Yes, I've never been there, but
Oats for days.
It's lovely. It's very lovely.
Oats and oats and oats and oats.
Bears eat oats.
Joe's eat
They
oats.
do eat. I see you're familiar with some of our popular music.
Yes. Yes, I'm quite a fan.
Wouldn't you?
And I see you've also received somewhat of an education in the last few hours. That was unexpected. That was you, wasn't it, Jackie boy? I see you over there. You're not hiding from me. He just kind of like, Jack kind of slinks back in the corner just a little bit more, letting the shadows cover even more of his face. And where's the Wayfarer? Did she ever show up? Or did she run as soon as she saw the collar?
The
We didn't see
Wayfarer
her.
appeared to have been delayed, and I'm sure upon her arrival we'll be very happy to have her
Well, we
fare
have
the way.
grown quite the pair in this town, haven't we?
I mean, we do have some young ones.
2 days ago, you had no cojones to speak of, and now here you are, bald-faced, lying directly to the Duchess.
I wouldn't say bald-faced.
Oh, no, that was blatant. That was blatant.
Is there a problem? Or there's no problem. We're so glad that I'm glad you like the statue. And,
Oh, you
music
are
is lovely.
so charming for an overweight Italian man.
And, if,
Dad, just
I was so hoping to have the both of you.
that's
That's fine, though. Oh, you've ruined my whole day. I might have to murder everyone.
Wait, no,
there
she's
any-
gonna put the collar on. She's putting the collar on. She's putting the collar on. She's putting the collar on. Look at the collar. It's going on. Watch the collar. Go, the collar.
collar's on.
Collar's on. Look at that.
Slow them down. Whatever happens, slow them down.
Is there any
and
steel
run.
around?
What is this?
Yeah, see, she's collar's on.
Interesting. Well, this day is not going at all the way I thought it would.
Yeah, it's even better. Isn't
I
it?
thought we were going to have a dance.
I think she knows we mess with the room.
But instead, it appears that we're going to have a meal. Delightful.
Well, I mean, we are serving later. Is that what you were?
You have lied to me. You have destroyed my gift.
I just put it on.
You've tried
Maybe
to
there
learn
was
the
something wrong with
unknowable.
it.
You are consorting with children of the blacksmith. And you are hiding a wayfarer from me. I will return in 1 hour
Why? Where are you going?
to prepare. I give you warning, for I am under your roof and must abide by the rules of your house. When I leave here, I will not be returning as a guest. I will see you in 1 hour.
What will you be returning as?
Guess.
A tempest.
Oh,
Like in a teapot?
no, like a storm, Dad.
Yes, Joe. Like a teapot. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
I'll bring extras for you, Jack. You look wonderful, by the way. So cute.
Definitely have to use advantage of her liking you later at some point, okay?
So she departs?
Is she gone?
She turns and gets back into her carriage. The retinue follows her, and they go out the gates.
In an hour, everyone here is dead.
Yeah, that went poorly.
I shouldn't have lied, Dad. I don't know what else we
You
were gonna
can't
say.
lie. They know. They always
It's mood.
know.
Isn't that the word?
We gotta go.
You think they're not ready for you to grab it?
I mean, but it doesn't matter what just happened. We need to focus on what happens next.
Is there iron? There's iron around here, right? In the junkyard. Can I sense this iron?
No, you know where every kind of every metal is in this junkyard.
Okay, well, I
You can
want...
just, now that you think about it, yeah, like, that is 72% iron, that is, like, you know
Okay. Are there really high concentrations of like 100% iron?
Oh yeah, a lot of the older cars use a lot of it.
Okay, well, I want to build a structure to put everyone in.
I don't think you've got that much.
Little dome?
Oh, but can she build
Little
like,
weapon?
a murder car?
Oh, weapons. A murder car! Dad, cool.
Probably not enough gas. You guys have been
That's right, it's okay.
What about a motorcycle?
a motorcycle.
Weapons, though! Oh, I can build us all weapons and we can fight them.
Can any of you even fight?
Yes.
Oh.
Look at these people.
Yes, I have that skill.
It's on my character sheet.
And the rest of
See,
these
Jack?
people?
We do a quick
then?
montage of training. 45
The rest of the
minutes.
people are just putting the party together like nothing is going to come and kill them in an hour.
I'm pretty sure everyone here is in a giant state of denial.
Can you make them all?
Actually, it's Ohio, sir.
Now you know
They
why
do
I'm the
not-
mayor.
Oh, yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
What?
It just had the same spot.
Motorcycle.
Chat. Weapons.
I want to use my Fey knowledge to. Oh shit. Okay, I'll just roll this one again. Oh. Okay. Look, if I roll poorly, it's his fault. That's great. 5. So my Fey knowledge, I beat it by a lot. 13. So when she's coming back to fight,
Well, technically, she has to come back to parley. However,
Okay.
if there are no Fae to parley with her, or no mortals of high enough stature, which she clearly doesn't think they are anymore,
right,
she can just attack at whim
right. So I can stand out front. Oh, thank you.
and set the bedlam on everybody in here and
But
probably turn them all crazy within the hour.
I could stand out front as the person to parlay with.
You could be a parley. Yeah,
Excellent.
you're allowed to speak to them directly.
Excellent. At the parlay from fairy business, or from fairy knowledge, is it very business-like? Would we sit down and have wine or something to drink during this parlay?
There's often tea. If it's too Fae, if it's a high-ranking mortal, they'll do whatever the custom is for the high-ranking
Just
mortal.
wondering if you can make us some iron goblets.
Iron goblets? Oh, then I wouldn't know. That's a brilliant
They know
idea.
when they're near it.
They can feel it.
They can,
But if you made the plates and the silverware,
That's why
and
they
the
don't like being
cups
around
and
me.
they
if-
wouldn't get anywhere near them.
'Cause
They wouldn't get anywhere near him.
They would not get
Stitched
anywhere
it
near
in.
them.
that's your
They would see something made of iron like that. They would hiss.
I thought it would maybe just be so much iron they wouldn't
They
know
would-
where it was from. Okay.
They would kick the table over and they would start murdering right then.
All right, so we won't do that. I can parlay though, which can buy us
It's like
more
having
time.
think of it like you're inviting your enemy over to tea, and instead of serving them, you serve them a plate of guns with their tea instead of crumpets.
Right. No, I was hoping that if there was so much present, that the signal would be muddled,
Oh yeah,
and therefore
then, yeah,
they
it
wouldn't
wouldn't-
necessarily
they wouldn't even, yeah.
know
They
which
would do the
item
same
it
thing you
was.
would do, which is immediately leave.
Okay, great. Okay. But if I parlay, I buy us more time.
How much?
Well, I don't know.
Like, what's
but-
your position of negotiation? I guess.
Oh man, that's a really good question.
What are we gonna do while you're parlaying?
They don't seem to like you very much,
They don't.
and they know you're there.
Yeah.
There's a way.
Okay, what's the way? What's the
There's
way?
someone they'll negotiate with.
That would be who?
You?
The blacksmith.
But
You just established earlier you did not know the presence of the blacksmith.
He's dead.
Right?
That is
How
bad
can you-
news.
How can you not know where he is then? It's not like he moves around.
They don't know when I'm lying. I have iron stitched into my heart.
Pulls down his shirt, and sure enough,
Is your
he's got a huge, like, crisscrossed scar that is just like looked like it's been filled with metal instead of stitched closed.
Oh.
Like somebody like made a huge open wound and then poured liquid metal in it.
Ha! I know.
dang?
Where'd you get that?
I did it.
Smith? Oh, you did it.
It could not have been sanitary.
It was like the most sanitary. Wasn't it? It's so effing hot.
He's okay.
Like, to get it
They'll
melted.
negotiate with the
It's a
blacksmith.
nasty fucking scar.
Okay, well, how do we get the blacksmith to negotiate if he's dead, Jack?
You're
Smile
just gonna
again.
say
Since
you
it's
are?
a smile.
I can be the blacksmith.
Okay.
How can you be the backsmith when she knows exactly who you are?
She won't know who I am.
How is that?
Promise.
She liked your musk.
No one will know.
Okay.
He pulls his hood up over his head on this cloak that he wasn't even wearing. He just shrugs this cloak on, pulls the hood up, and sure enough, you can't even tell it's the same guy.
No, not at all.
He just Clark
No.
Kented us?
Like
Damn.
he did more than that. Like you can only see like glowing red eyes inside the darkness of the cloak. It appears to veil him.
Take it. Take it.
There's a veil
I was
over
gonna
it.
say, yeah, that's what it
There's
is.
there's a seaming
yeah.
on the cloak.
They won't know.
Okay.
So what do you got to negotiate? I mean, what does this get us?
How can we help
Why are we not running?
our friends?
If we run, they'll catch you. If they think we're negotiating in good faith, then you can run.
Okay. So what are we negotiating? What are we offering?
Me?
Whatever she wants.
I don't think she's going to want anything we want her to have.
She'll want something from the blacksmith.
I know it's fun to be
Jack.
cryptic, but what are you thinking? She wants Jack?
No. I need you to make me a Fey knowledge roll.
Beat it by 6.
Odessa of Thorn. Odessa of Thorn is of Thorn
Uh-huh.
because that's her house, the House of Thorn.
Gotcha.
Who is currently in control of the Wild Hunt. That's what she could do if she got mad enough.
The Wild Hunt.
None of these things sound good.
What's the Wild? Oh, he knows this. He's thinking.
The end of the world that moves.
The Screamers.
Now picture that centered on chasing one person.
You can't get away from them.
Given
can't
what she can do,
outrun.
I can't.
given what she can do, whatever you can do to buy her time to get the fuck out of here is your best option for maybe the entire world.
You promise me you can get her out?
Yes. I moved my mark to him.
No matter what happens,
Is it off me?
you go. Do not look back.
Oh my God, that was
Don't
so
wait.
Nothing happens.
Can't.
Your mark slides right off of him.
I'll mark her back. I'll do her again.
You get her to the Misabis. You get her to the Iron King.
I still think she might be Catholic.
You win this war.
It's okay, Dad. You can think that if it's comforting. Maybe she is.
An hour passes. Once again, an envoy, looking a little mousier for the wear, shows up. Joe Sakavedi, former ally, now enemy of Her Greatness, the Grand Duchess of Akron.
Oh, ghost.
Have you anyone to parley on your behalf before the battle begins?
Odessa of Thorn!
That would be a yes.
I'm afraid she will not be parleying on your behalf. She is our party.
I offer up as the parlay on my behalf, the one known as the blacksmith.
Oh, fuck! he turns even paler white and turns around and gets into the carriage. You see the carriage shaking around a little bit. Get out there, you twit! The envoy comes flying out. His head comes flying out after him.
Will you be sending someone else to parlay then? On your envoy's behalf?
The Duchess, smoothing her dress, putting the butterflies back where they go, trying to fix her hair and her horns and making sure that they're all just fine. Slowly, looking as regal as she can, gets out of the carriage, looks around. If she had pupils, you would see them darting about frantically, but she does not, so she looks as serene as ever, if a little shaky.
Odessa of Thorn, I am the blacksmith. I come to bargain in good faith. Will you parley?
I will. I will. Let's do this then, shall we? She struts as best she can. Up to, is this the spread then? No tea?
Maybe you should get some tea.
I'll get some
I'll
tea.
get the tea. Oh, we're there. Are we there too?
Yeah.
I'll get the tea. I will get it.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, Duchess. Yes. Tea.
Blacksmith, what do you offer?
What do you ask?
Bring back the tea. Little cup saucer. Really
I
pretty.
ask to take her and kill everyone else. I'll eat that one. The smart ones taste funny, so...
I cannot give you these things.
I was going to take them, blacksmith. I brought an army. I don't think you can kill all of them. Not even you.
I offer a price of your asking from the blacksmith.
In exchange for what?
Spare the people of Youngstown.
For how long?
Your reign is in Akron. Till it ends, the people of Youngstown are safe. By your word. And you hold the wild hunt for 3 days. Before you send it after them. I know I can't ask for longer.
I know your destination, blacksmith. I know where she runs. 3 days won't be enough.
It will be for me.
And I get any favor I want from the blacksmith.
You may ask anything of me.
I have a cousin. He's over there. Ruprecht.
Ruprecht?
He's a shit. Could you kill him?
Gladly.
So you could kill him if I asked it.
Yes.
Very well. I require the use of your sword arm for the period of, I assume, a minute or two. Do you accept?
Granted.
A shake then. Excellent. I'll be taking it now. And she pulls.
Oh.
And whips his arm clear off of his body.
What? No.
There is a lot of blood.
I'm not gonna lie, Jack. I kinda saw that coming.
God.
You should have known
She
better.
stands there just
'Cause
staring.
fairy words.
And then, after exactly 60 seconds, she says, there you go. You can have it back now.
Thanks.
We should go now.
Okay.
Yes, we should.
But
go.
I have the blacksmith wounded. I don't call the wild hunt for 3 days, but these folks, they're all here now. The people of Youngstown are to be spared. But you are a citizen of the Iron Kingdom.
Not yet.
She is betrothed. She is a citizen. By their own laws. And I follow nothing if not the letter of the law.
All right, you little pixies. I'll kill all of you with one arm.
I need them dead. And if you find the Wayfarer, break something.
Come and get me.
And with that, the Fae attack.
Should we roll?
We shall roll initiative.
Boys, gotta be slow on your deals. Oh, yeah!
You're rolling the wrong dice for initiative.
Oh, balls.
Remember, this is the one time you get to roll high, and it's
I
good.
know. Except I got the same exact roll.
There you go.
25.
25, 11.
18.
22.
Okay, you will go second because these guys rolled significantly higher than 22 somehow. There's 21 before any initiative bonuses. Those D12s, man. They do rule. All right. Whoa.
I'll use my buff.
Yeah, to do?
25 on my roll.
Oh.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Very nice, Mr.
Then you go first.
Awesome. This is not a good situation. I don't really think that I know exactly what to do.
Since they haven't done anything yet.
So 2 questions. One, how much is he bleeding? Like when that arm was ripped off, I feel like he should have just bled out.
He is currently bleeding out.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
He is not long for this world, Mr. Blacksmith.
Okay, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do then. Thinking this through, I have a couple of options. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is attempt to use I Can Fix It.
Okay.
To try and repair things, repair items with improvised tools or parts. So I'm going to try and fix his arm.
Or at least stop the bleeding, I assume?
Stop the bleeding, yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you do that.
Okay. And I roll a 9. I don't know what I'm rolling against on that.
I do. That's okay.
Mechanic 18, so or something else. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not a.
It's not actually a mechanics check.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah. You rolled a 9, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so you still technically beat it, and you stop the bleeding. However, you lose your turn this round, as you are being bound. And you don't really get to do anything defensive.
Yeah.
You don't have a dodge bonus this round.
That's fine.
Which I don't think
have one
you don't have one anyway, so.
It's okay. There was this one game, Bernie Kosar, he got hurt, and I watched what they did, and I can take care of this. It's going to be okay.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
Browns and the Jets.
It was a good game, Jack.
I give you a hand, but I'm already losing one.
Oh.
The Fae attack. Everybody gets to make a soul check.
Soul check. I beat mine.
Okay.
I beat
By
mine by
2.
6.
I beat mine by Uno.
Okay.
Matched.
That's fine.
Holla.
Technically, this wouldn't apply to you anyway,
Can you
Blacksmith.
get that slid so we can see?
Okie dokie. The bedlam begins to take over in the town. Once again, the letter of the deal was that he promised to leave them alive.
Thanks.
Oh no.
And
Yeah, we walked into this deal way too fast.
she casts her bedlam, and people are, over the next 5 rounds, going to slowly go crazy, unless her spell is broken in some way.
That sounds about right.
Yep. But it takes everybody out of the fight who isn't you guys right now, which is, convenient for me as someone running the fight.
Yep.
That is the full, that's the Duchess's turn, which means all the little fairies get to go, and they're going to start, buzzing around at you guys specifically.
Can they see me yet? No.
No. No dodge bonus. And
No dodge bonus.
oh, that's okay. They completely missed you. But you two who were busy being proned, is that a thing? You both take 10 damage and are distracted as you are.
That's me and
You and James.
Perfect noise. Perfect sound. Ugh.
Yeah, you are being pestered heavily. Heavy pestering.
Heavy pestering.
Yeah. Does that sound gross? I'm sorry. Who doesn't like a little heavy pestering? There we go.
There we go.
Now I see what we got. Oh,
I
that makes much more
that has been
sense.
annoying the hell out of me all night long. Okay.
It's a good song.
Let's get a hashtag Love Cool started.
Yes.
We got stuff to use. Let's do this.
Okay.
Whose turn is it now? Oh, it's still the-
It's still the fairy's turn. They get to take a couple more actions. And it's alright. So There is a hit on you. One of the Grand Shi, the attendants, they were dressed like the envoy, the footmen, they all look like kind of elongated elves, runs up to you with a sword.
How close together are we?
Quite.
I would like to be father figure and receive the damage intended for her.
Dad!
20 damage. 20 damage from Chimerical Blade.
That was uncomfortable.
It hurts a lot.
Ah.
You've never been stabbed before?
No,
I mean,
you know, when I was a minor league boxer, amateur.
yeah. This is a lot like getting punched in the face, except the fist goes inside you and moves around a little bit before coming out.
Yeah, that might leave a mark.
And it's colder than a fist. It's gross. And it is not healthy. What does that bring your health to?
70.
Oh, that's right. You're a tough old man.
Oh wait, no, I got the
Yeah,
10.
you
so
are.
80.
So,
Tough
He's
old
You're-
okay. He's
you're
okay.
in good shape, minus the 10 that you already took. From being distracted by the
Oh, I
Pesterverse.
missed that one. I didn't see that.
10 damage plus Pester.
Gotcha.
Best way to engage in the revels? Hashtag cool rule.
That is actually completely true. All right, now it's just about your turn then, guys. That's good news. System shock.
No!
I love you guys. I do, but I have to do this because they pay me for it. So, Maggie, you are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Son,
And you are-
super rosy.
You move over 1.
Okay. Not so bad.
I know she is a terrible murder psycho demon, but I think I love the Duchess.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That was also Christian's Duchess is pretty magical, I'm going to say. It's
really
She's
good.
she's a magical duchess. There's no question. You are all the way pilot.
Oh jeez. Okay.
I know. Right?
And
In a low tech world.
blacksmith, you are right in the middle. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Right in the middle.
Where is my arm? Where is my arm?
No, location right here. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. Actually, your arm is right here on the ground. However, we have stopped the bleeding.
It's still moving. It's like on the ground flopping.
Why do I always have to get put into the emo ones?
That has been a thing.
Touche.
Admittedly, when we made the character, we didn't make her emo. You did that all on your own.
This really hurts.
Love the wave there. Oh man.
Oh, this hurts.
Oh yeah, does that hurt?
Yes.
All right, but it is your turn. You get to go first.
Okay, I want to reach for the nearest iron thing near me, and I want to throw it at the guy who just stabbed my dad.
The nearest iron thing to you is the cog that hangs from your belt. It's 3 pounds of pure iron.
Okay,
Oh.
I have right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and you have an iron pocket watch.
I do.
A old railroad
Got an
watch.
idea for that now.
Good. I was hoping you would.
Okay, well I take my cog and with my hand make it spiky like a disc and
It's already a bit like a knobby disc,
oh,
but when you think about it, those knobs extend out into spikes.
angry ones. Yeah, like
So you basically throw the thing at him.
yeah, with all my force and anger.
Give me an attack roll. Metallurgy. Use metallurgy to attack since you're using your cog. 15, you beat it
I
by
beat
1.
it.
You still actually beat it by 1.
Hit it by one.
And this fellow has no dodge, unfortunately, because he was just because he is the sword guy and he was committed to a lunge this round. So, what does the damage on that thing do?
30 damage cold iron.
Yeah, so that means it does double damage to Faye. So what you do is you just extend your hand out, throwing this thing at him in midair, because it's spinning at him like a frisbee. In midair, just like solidifies into a spike and sticks right through his eye and just stays there
Exactly.
for a second and then pulls right back into your hand.
Nice.
It did that mid-air.
Yeah.
Like,
And then just comes right back to your hand like a magnet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
And
That happened.
that fellow falls over with a big hole in his skull that is now smoking. He's not.
Well
not,
done, Gina.
Thank you, Dad.
Next is your turn.
I had 18.
Yeah, next is your turn.
Oh, you were lower than 18.
No turns this round.
Oh, right.
Well, I used mine at the beginning of the turn.
Right,
He just
but he doesn't get a turn
I
this
see.
round. He's
Back
being
to
bounced.
following along. Well, I'm so far over in pilot at the moment.
You still have access to both skills, though.
I know. I want to summon Mercy. She's a weapon from the Feywild.
You can do that.
Now I don't know what Mercy is made out of, but I would like to know. Is Mercy cold iron?
No.
No. Damn.
No, Mercy is just a magical soul blade.
But it would still work on them,
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
No problem. Yeah, she reaches into like a portal, looks familiar for some reason, and pulls out the biggest damn sword you have ever seen in your life. It's so big. It looks like just a meat cleaver that's 6 feet long on a handle with a point on the end. It is massive. It's too big for a person to lift.
Yeah, but I totally lift it.
Oh, yeah.
So well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to use my Deadeye shot, and I want to throw the sword boomerang fashion. I want to do a similar kind of thing. I just want to go for chopping the head off and having it come right back to me.
All right, let's make an attack roll.
But I should do it under.
Fighting.
But I can do it here because I'm on both. Okay, 14. Oh shit, 10s.
Better than 12s.
Yup. That is a 12, so I made it by 2.
All right, who are you attacking?
I want homegirl, main bitch.
It's a miss, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Ooh, okay, good to know. Valuable information.
Whips right past her head, spins around boomerang fashion, she ducks it again, and it comes back into your hand.
Excellent, cool.
Next round.
So we're up at the top.
We are up at the top.
So I have a clarification question to ask you.
Yes,
if
sir.
Possible. So right now, being that I am autonomous, I am curious about some of his abilities, specifically around the idea of the hard light punch. Since we're not in the pilot world at present, does it work in the inverse, where I am able to go from corporeal to incorporeal?
Afraid not.
Okay. In that case,
It's one of those abilities that doesn't serve you a lot in the metaverse, but
Right,
makes
right.
you it makes you not completely useless in the real world.
right. No, it's a good thing to know. Because they're going to go right after me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not good. I'm afraid. So, the impression I got from you earlier is that there are other sources of cold iron in this place. Is that?
That is, well, of iron. There's lots of iron in this place. The only thing that makes it cold is whether or not it's been forged in its current form or not.
Cool. So I'm going to see if you'll let me do this or not. What I'd like to do is I'd like to use my Presto ability
Okay.
to once per session summon any non-unique item present in the metaverse. And what I'm hoping to be able to pull out of somewhere.
The metaverse not being this metaverse, the metaverse.
Wait, in the metaverse?
Yeah, that's worded very specifically for that very reason. It's a once per game ability. It's probably Thomas's. It's a loot box.
Oh.
Wow.
You lucky
Changes
son of a
things
gun.
little bit.
Doesn't it though?
But I'm still going to go with what I was thinking
wow.
of, and that just means that I can do it more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to do then is to reach into that little Presto packet of whatever and pull out a cold iron ball and my trusty highlight stick blade thing, whatever the hell it's
They
called.
can come out as a group.
Perfect. And I don't know if I have any other actions.
Afraid not. You can move this round. That's about it.
Then I'd like to move away from.
Find some cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're standing right out in the middle of everybody right now, and you're, an overweight Italian man. So you're not overly fast. You're going to want to get some cover. But yeah, you've definitely got a weapon now that is serviceable.
Chad Blaster is a unique item, folks. I'm 99.999 into infinity, aka 100% certain he would not let me pull it out.
Given the nature of Chad Blaster and its current whereabouts, he would not be able to.
Yeah.
But, you know, never say never, folks. Never say never.
Aw, Beaver.
Say it. Yes.
Way to rub it in the one-armed guy's face.
And that is your turn. Okay, everybody is getting pixie attacks this round because everybody gets pixie attacks every round because
Still
they're
hear them.
pixies. They're horrible little things. Let's see. No, that misses. James gets his full dodge bonus this round, and they totally miss. Pops, good old Joey Joe, gets missed also. Oh yeah, you're still you were distracted. Oh no, nope, you're good. These things just can't hit for nothing this round. Except for you, they got you.
No.
You take 10 damage and you are pestered.
I'm so
I'm
pestered.
not next to you anymore, so I can't.
I have 10 plus armor. I will use that. Thank you, chat.
All right. The evil queen, the Duchess, is going to attack. She pulls out her sword. And she is going to try and pierce the veil so she can find you. So, make a stealth roll.
Okay.
If you're still trying to hide, which I assume.
Yes. Sorry, I opened my hair up. It's very clear when I'm hiding.
Yeah.
10.
That's 9 plus 4.
Oh, that's a 9.
That's because you had your hair over your eyes again.
Yeah, 13.
13. I'm afraid that she found you. And she is coming after you with her sword.
Oh, of course she is.
Mm-hmm. She has 2 of them.
Well, I bet she does.
She does. And they have thorns on them.
What?
I know,
It's
weird,
themed.
right? So she is going to attack you since she has seen you. 7 definitely hits you, even with your dodge bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, are you using your Rosie?
Well, I'm more towards Rosie.
Yeah,
Don't you think
okay.
I should, and
Oh, no,
Rosie-
that still actually hits you.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. But only just.
Okay.
So,
That's good.
it's a really good roll.
Yeah, it is.
So, you take... You're not human, you're not face. So you just take regular damage. You're going to take 30 damage.
Okay. Thank you, Patreon, for
That's
helping
right.
me
You just
stay alive.
kept her from being immediately bloodied. Good job, y'all. All right, and the other one is going to attack you again, since you're out of the way, and misses. Straight up takes a swing with the sword, and it's like the metal just goes around you.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it gets all watery and just kind of bends out of the way as it's swishing by. It should have gone clean through you, no problem.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
that's cool.
I thought your mother was Italian, just out the window.
She was half Irish.
Let's not talk about mom.
That explains
right
it.
now.
All right, and I think
Still a
that...
good Catholic.
Do I have any more? I've got one more little noble guy left, the leprechaun, and he's going to go after you because he thinks he can kick you while you're down. He does not. He does not come anywhere near hitting anything living that would be on his side. He came this close to completely fumbling the whole thing. Who says anything about the luck of leprechauns? Certainly not me. All right, which makes it your turn.
Okay, on this turn, Dad's run for cover, but I'm
Yeah.
still out.
Yeah.
What's up with Jack
The one
right
on
now?
down?
Well, right now he's bleeding.
I'm in a lot of pain.
He's kind of like hunched over with one arm, having blood drip out of his empty socket, with a makeshift bandage pressed very tightly.
Is it working?
It seems to be sort of working, but his arm just got ripped off.
Right.
Just doing lovely.
Is he undercover yet?
No,
He's
he
out
is
in the
out
open.
in the open with his arm torn off. He's not in a good spot.
Okay, well, then I want to take him to cover.
Okay, he is very heavy, but you can begin dragging him. How do you do it?
With my
Like under
hands.
his arm?
His good arm.
So you get under there and you're just dragging him away. Okay.
As fast as I can. I don't want him
Okay,
to
you are
die.
getting a lot of blood on you.
Okay.
Give me a metallurgy check.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Cool. Ooh, I beat it by 2. By 4.
You never knew that there was iron in
Beat it
blood
by 4.
before. Isn't that weird?
She didn't know.
She had no idea.
Where would I have learned that?
Nowhere. Certainly not school.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have taught you that.
Right. There's metal in everything.
Yeah.
It's all.
I've never been covered in blood before.
It's all one thing. Everything's all one thing.
Oh my gosh.
You can make something out of nothing. Sort of.
Can I hold it in? His blood, like where it's coming out of his arm?
Give me a metallurgy check.
I beat it by 3.
You start. You touch the blood and you
This
start
feels
sending it.
really, really strange.
Your
Sorry.
shoulder gets very, very warm suddenly as the blood begins flowing back into it.
This is really, really strange.
Oh! Jack, look what I can do! Can I do this and move at the same time?
Yeah. Your move action is to help move him. He's helping the move. You lose your move action this round, but you still have your attack.
I'm hanging in here, but Jack is really pissed off.
Why? Wouldn't Jack be excited? Did his snap bleed out?
I think I'm just gonna step out.
Alright, well, I'm saving him.
Oh, use meta points.
2 meta points down.
You need me to do that, or?
So now you're full.
Your turn.
If you take 2 points off.
It's a full round action.
Mm-hmm.
I name the Duchess of Thorn.
Like her for real name?
Yeah.
Aw, shit.
He points at her.
She has another real name?
Crystalia.
Crystalia. Oh,
She is in mid swing, like fighting
Yeah, this is
with
not
Gina, and she just and she starts screaming. Her jaw unhinges. It screams so loud. Everybody make a body check.
Body check.
Take it by 4.
Oh, I made it by 3.
Oh, so no. Oh no.
You are
by
knocked.
4.
You are knocked prone, and you are unable to hear for the next 2 rounds.
Oh, shit.
Okay, everybody else is fine, but it's super unnerving
Okay,
because
hold
that's
on.
just
Wait,
about
6
the creepiest thing.
6 and 7 is 13, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to use my rosy buff so it's an 8 so I'm not knocked prone.
You got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you are knocked prone, but you somersault back up onto your feet again.
I really don't want to be prone.
That makes it your turn.
Excellent. So, do I just have a bow and arrow? Do I have any weapons?
You don't normally carry any weapons.
Okay, so I don't have any.
You can use any weapon you want.
Right.
You have at least a dagger with you for doing
But it's
stuff.
probably not cold iron.
It doesn't need to be.
Doesn't need to be.
You can hurt Faye no problem. You are one.
Hit him with my arm.
That's right. Okay.
You can, since you've got Faye magic, you can really just form a blade out of the
Right.
the magic around you and.
And go to town. Okay, if I can hurt them and I can make a weapon out
No
of
problem.
anything, then what I want to do. How many pixies are there?
Oh, yeah, dozens. They're everywhere.
Great.
Nasty little fuckers.
So I'm gonna do this for as many as you'll let me, which is I'd like to pick up a bunch of rocks, scrap metal, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
With my dead eye shot, I ignore all shot call penalties. So I want to do a called shot on every pixie I can.
Okay. Normally you can only attack one thing per round. So you can make one attack on
Damn it.
one target, unless it says otherwise. However,
Oh, okay.
For every one that you go better than your attack roll, I'll give you an extra pixie.
Deal.
Extra pixie.
I use all 3 meta points, I'll get 8s. That seems silly to take all 3 meta points.
I mean, it's up to you. You could use your rosy buff and put yourself.
I've already used my rosy buff. Did I have 2?
Did you use your plus from Patreon?
Nope.
Yes.
Haha! Thank you for helping me.
I'm not supposed to do that. I'm
so
sorry.
sweet.
Oh, I thought that's what you used earlier when you used your buff. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I used my rosy buff
got
earlier.
you.
I've
Yeah,
got this
yeah.
plus
Okay.
because it was the exact amount I needed, the 5.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep my 10s then. Oh, thank God I have it, I guess, huh? Because I'm at a 16.
Mm-hmm.
So minus 9 puts me at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And that beats
Your shooting roll?
shooting by 7.
Mm-hmm. So
7
you can
pixies.
hit. Well, 1 plus. So yeah, you can. Yeah, you beat 6 pixies.
6 extra pixies, yeah. 7 total.
7 total pixies.
Yeah.
Out of, I said, a dozen
Yeah.
or dozens. I said dozens.
You said dozens. There's a
But
lot.
we're calling it, even dozen and a half, about 20 of them.
Right, and it's a called shot on them, right?
This big.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the called shot, so I would make it and do a bunch of damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you just hitting them is a called shot. They're. not-
Oh, okay.
They have like a +6 dodge bonus.
Right,
You're just ignoring that.
Right, exactly.
For one shot.
Okay, great.
And you throw a whole bunch at them. So what are you throwing at them?
Rocks, scrap metal, if it doesn't matter what it is to hurt, I just want to like knock him out, hit
Okay,
him hard.
they all take 10 damage.
So are they bloodied?
Yeah, probably exactly. They have like 20 health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or at least effed up.
So you hit a bunch of them.
Cool. Well, I don't like their turn. It annoys me because they always attack. Ugh. And they're annoying little pixies. Smack them with it.
Hashtag MetaPoint so Maggie can shoot more pixies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good plan.
Good idea.
All right. So that's half of those pixies. That done. Top of the round, meltdown.
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah. Everybody pass a character sheet to your left.
Does anyone want the awful, like, Weird Al Captain Hook wig?
Damn it.
He would get it.
Oh, great. Here you go, man.
Oh, now I'm my own dad.
I'm my own dad.
I'm my own dad.
You're in Ohio, not Arkansas.
Yeah.
I'm my own dad
Because they
now.
don't do that stuff in Ohio. People from the north are civilized.
There's your accoutrement.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Yeah, we can't start until you dress up.
My
Yeah.
bad. I don't have anything for you to wear. There you are, sir.
I got your
Oh, you
glasses.
There we
I have
go.
glasses that I can't see through. Actually,
I guess I
can.
only need one, don't I?
Can't
So I
see
asked about the other one.
Yep.
I guess you only need the one.
I'd offer you a hand, but
Oh, I see what you did there. You're still all right. So that means Thomas goes first.
Oh, that means you.
Which means
What?
you go
Thank
first.
Thomas. I'm sorry. I should have given you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't
But
need
Joe
that
doesn't
three.
go first.
I
Thomas
need
goes first.
Thomas goes first?
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh.
go in the same initiative order.
And I'm still all Thomas
Sweet.
right now, too.
I'm very sorry. You can use a meta point.
No, F-balls. What's this guy have in his belt?
What do you need? Like, what are you thinking about?
Any kind of cold-iron weapon.
Aerosolized.
Mm-hmm.
Aerosolized iron.
Aerosolized?
Aerosolized iron. It's powdered, put into a canister.
You got a can of spray iron.
What's a mace?
Yeah.
But iron.
Spraying
Powdered.
face. Dang.
Let's see, how far away from everybody?
It won't hurt people.
No, I'm trying to figure out how far away I am from the Fae.
Oh, yeah, you're within distance of all the Fae. I mean, like, range distance, there's not one of them you can't hit.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately, that's, I think, the best. Okay, so I don't have to worry about this guy, because I'm this right now.
So
I don't have to worry about this
bouncy.
character. Sorry, I'm trying to put it all together right now. And the reason that I am stalling is because I don't want to delay, because the next person to go is the bad guys. So, this sucks.
They still get to go.
Yeah, I know, but I was gonna do something before they did that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I had to melt down you.
I know.
There, because I can't see through them, so they'll sit here.
Are there any defenses in this place at all?
Oh! In what way?
Are there, what kind of defense systems does the junkyard have, if anything?
Against screamers, all sorts of stuff. You know, it's got things to drop down on people, swinging gates, you know, mostly just to take care of screamers. The Fae, you don't really fight.
Right, but is there anything that could theoretically be useful against the Fae?
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff.
Okay, is any of this controlled by any sort of automated computer equipment, machines, anything like that?
No.
That's what I figured. This universe sucks.
This universe sucks. This universe sucks.
Damn it.
I mean, there's old forklifts and stuff. You could probably take a forklift.
Oh.
So right now, sorry, I think, so right now Tom is inside blacksmith.
I don't believe in fairies. Hashtag MetaPoint.
One of the fairies falls down dead.
Yes! That's fucking hilarious.
Hashtag MetaPoint. Today I read a news story about a ship carrying a cargo of red paint that collided with a ship carrying a cargo of purple paint. Both crews were marooned.
Yes.
That was awesome. That was uber bally.
Uber Bob?
That was awesome.
Another fairy dies.
No, the fairy that died
He's brought back
is
to
brought
life.
back to life by the
God
bad joke.
bless it.
Yeah, I'll retrieve the aerosolized iron and spray the nearest Fae.
All right, you do so. Can I get an attack roll at a -1 because you're using your offhand?
I'm gonna miss, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna miss.
Are you using Thomas's?
I am, yeah. So that's actually better than the apprentice.
Well, lucky for you. How much did you miss by?
2.
Yeah. Lucky for you. It's an area attack that gets several squares.
Yay.
So now they get to make a body roll anyway. They just get a +2.
Yep.
And they did not make it. So I'm going to roll this die, and it's 4 of the pixies
Yay.
completely go down. And the one of the nobles begins choking.
Cool.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
All right, Pixie's turn.
You know, I will be honest, having been dead for quite a while, this is not the body that I would have preferred to come back
This one is for Chris. When does a pun become a dad joke? When it's apparent. Hashtag MetaPoint. Hashtag I'm still sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Gorgeous. I love that one. I'll give that 1 thumbs up.
How many minute points do we have? 9.
Okay. You take 10 for the blacksmith, and you take 10 for Janessa.
Okay. That'll just be her Patreon because she hasn't used it yet.
Groovy. So she's fine. That was the pixie attack. The queen is going to continue her scream.
Yeah.
And she is rushing headlong at you, but she doesn't get her attack this round because she has been true named. So, she covers the distance, and now she is right in your face screaming at you.
What the hell? What is this
perfect.
For? Why?
Yes.
Why?
It seems to be affecting everyone horribly. You barely notice it. It just sounds like a lady screaming. Luckily, you're in the right body for this right now. Everybody else, make a body check.
What if you didn't make it?
You're knocked prone again?
God.
I will use my Patreon buff so that I do make it.
I failed it by 1.
And then you're knocked down. You're on your butt.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay.
Oh.
He was already mostly on his butt anyway. It's fine.
I have the perfect thing to do.
I know. Making it your turn? No, your turn.
I'm knocked down.
You are knocked down. You take your turn getting up?
But you get up again.
They're never gonna keep you down.
keep me down. I get knocked.
So what are you going to do this round? You have to take
Can I do something?
Yeah, you get one more action.
Okay, I want to make an improvised explosive device.
You and me both.
I made
All right,
this.
you do so. You don't even need to make a check for it. It's one of your abilities. You spend this round like under the table with your big highlight ball, and you're trying to figure out. I don't know what I'm doing with those, but I can make a bomb out of this stuff, and you do. You know, a bunch of ball bearings, a can of paint, and a microwave later, and you've got a bomb.
Hey.
Don't do that. I'm turning it to you. It's
That's
the
why
worst.
they call me Joey Socket Wrench. 'Cause I can do this.
Joey Socket Wrench can do it.
I can do it.
Boom! So you have made it. You can't release it this round, but you've done your thing, making it you go.
Okay. So I have to get up and then I get one thing to do.
Yep.
Great. Janessa was carrying
The blacksmith.
Blacksmith. Excellent. And she has just approached. So
And you know you're still pulling blood into his body.
Right. Yeah. But I'm gonna stop doing that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna bum rush / Charlotte Flair spear this woman. So good.
Get her.
Also,
You're going full Rosie on her?
Yeah, but I've also got the cog on me. And is it still in the hand? Because it went out. Did the shape change, hit the person and came back?
Yeah.
It's worn on you.
Right, but you took it off and used
She did.
it.
She took it out. She's got it in her hand.
Great, so when I do that spear, you gotta wrap your hands around someone so that spear's happening and that piece of iron's going in her.
Gross. All right, make an attack roll.
All right.
Yeah. Her.
What's your fighting? Okay. I guess I have to use that. That's the only fighting I got. I don't have my buff anymore. I don't. Okay.
I have a buff.
Just roll it.
I'm going.
You can take my +6.
Going.
2 and 6. You made it.
I did.
I heard about a small county in the South that, back in the 1800s, outlawed the eating of salmon during lunchtime. It is the first instance of anti-lox breaks. Hashtag MetaPoint, hashtag can't stop, won't stop.
Thank you.
Uber, you son of a bitch.
2 fairies come back to life. Anyway, so I got an 8.
Yep.
So I beat, yeah.
And how much damage does the spear do?
50.
50 damage. And you're trying to use the cog as a cold iron.
Yeah, I'm just doing a really good spear, but you know, you gotta just go in.
I understand that. How much did you make your attack by?
That was 8, so if I'm using her fighting, I beat it by 4.
Okay. You don't get the iron in.
Okay.
But she takes the damage and is knocked prone.
Hashtag Rosie Buff, hashtag Thomas Buff, don't let Proud Ohio Dad die.
Proud Ohio Dad.
So,
Don't let him die.
so young Gina is dragging this body away and doing some magic, and then suddenly like her eyes go blank and she drops the guy on the ground, like the bleeding armless guy who's like trying to do stuff just falls, boom, completely prone, and she just races, lowers her head, and throws herself at this waifish 7-foot tall queen. Basically, just cutting her in half. Like the lady just folds. You hear a horrible snapping noise. The lady hits the ground, and it's just no
Shouldn't have been
wind.
such a bitch.
No wind in her body whatsoever.
Am I allowed to go woo?
I suppose
afterwards?
you. Yeah, I
Do
guess
it.
you are. It seems very out of character for your daughter.
She's excited.
Finally, Wayfarer.
I shall cut through the fears that damage their ears and protect them from the fairy magic for all of these years. I'm going to use my fey magic to protect their hearing from the screaming of the fake.
All right. Go ahead and give me a sorcery.
That wig looks way too natural on you.
I have sorcery.
Yeah.
Not sorcery.
It really does. Like I don't know if it's because I don't have my glasses on.
Rude
but
word.
Maybe.
Okay. It's a little
Beat it
blurry.
by 2.
no, it actually
It's
looks
natural. With
like,
the tank top.
Oh, buddy. No problem. All of you are no longer affected by the scream.
Nice.
Anybody who was prone is no longer prone,
Awesome.
with the exception of the Duchess herself, who is breathing very heavily and bleeding out of her eyes, nose, mouth, ass, and face. But still alive, amazingly. Which brings us to the top of the round. We have only a few minutes left.
Do we switch back now?
Everybody switch back to your normal characters.
I would say we might have to continue this fight later.
Thanks, sir. Oh, thank you. I need to bring something for Joey.
I need to find a cog.
Rule of cool.
What? Okay, let's go. I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
So reverse order of initiative.
And everybody's got boosted, is that true? All right, everybody's boosted.
Reverse order, that means I have to go first.
Boosted.
I don't remember that up.
Shit. Oh, where did my initial fair?
I don't know if we have boosted abilities on these character sheets.
We don't.
We don't even need them.
That's fine.
Cool.
We're awesome and badass. Okay, I'm back to the what the
So
heck did
as you
I
are
just
boosted,
do?
you can go anywhere you want on the slider right now. At this moment, everybody has the option to move on the slider to any point.
Where did the Wayfarer last end up? I just was where I was and I just cast the spell, right?
Is,
That's all I've done.
is anybody choosing to move?
I have to think if I want to be all the way
You
Wayfarer.
have the next 5 seconds to decide.
No, I'm staying.
Zenda's in hiding.
Chris, do you want to move your slider at all, or are you good being all the way Avatar or all the way Pilot?
Right now I'm all the way Pilot.
Okay, this is your opportunity to move the slider anywhere you want.
No, I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
Okay. Oh god, we all stayed.
Rule of
That's
cool.
crazy.
I moved over.
She moved.
Oh, okay. Rule of cool, and it has to be me first, because I'm lowest in the initiative order, correct?
He's lowest in the initiative order.
He is first.
All right. What I am going to do is to first pull the blade that is stuck inside of Joey's sockets from the first time he was stabbed. I am going to throw that at the standing noble. And while I am doing so, roll forward onto my one good shoulder and put my entire hand through the mouth of the Duchess.
Okey doke.
I'm next, huh?
Yep.
Okay, so rule of cool. What I want to do,
Just stall for a few more seconds.
Okay, thank you. You, Joe, you've got the spray can, right? Full of iron?
He does.
He
does. Can I borrow it? Can we have, like, spray can, you throw it to me. Is that
You're
cool?
gonna have to get it yourself.
That's fine. I grab the spray can. I also, grab anything I can use as a lasso in this area.
Yeah.
Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the rope so that it's pushing down the spray, right? So it's going. And then I'm going to start swinging this rope around so that that iron is going to spray
Get
on
a big area effect.
Exactly.
A big iron cloud going.
Exactly,
That's
iron
beautiful.
cloud. That's my
Iron cloud.
Yes.
Got it. They call me Lasso Iron Cloud.
Arr.
So it's what the contents of the spray can.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that can?
Hairspray sized?
Okay. I really want to do something with you on that. In that I'd love to add to the cloud that you create with the iron that I have access to. To like powder it in my hands and throw it to the cloud.
The thing is, the thing that she's trying to do with a rope and a spray can, you could just do if it was anywhere.
But the more pieces of iron powder, the better, right?
So you throw more iron powder into the mix, get it going into the air?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
really want this to be over.
I hear ya.
Big assist iron cloud.
Okay. So double iron cloud.
Big double rainbow.
Is there any other obvious... So there's many threats in the area. You seem to be focused on pixie types, which is fantastic. You're trying to put your fist through this individual's face.
Do the two nobles that are fighting.
Yes. Are there any other nobles or other...
Couple red caps, couple leprechauns terrorizing.
I just want to give her a close-up view of my other arm.
I mean, does she seem close to being done, or does she seem...
She doesn't look well. She looks like she just got, hit by a truck.
I'd like to double down on taking her down.
Okay, that seems fair.
And given what I was attempting to do before, I think I'll just continue down that road. You, I believe, dropped the equipment to do the improvised explosive. So
Yep.
now I would like to pick back up my highline materials, my cesta, as it were, and load up with said cold iron ball and fling it to the utmost of my ability at her obnoxious face.
That makes a lot of sense. So, highlight ball to the face.
Yes. And I guess since it is a rule of cool, I would also like to charge towards her while I do this, intending to catch the ricochet and fling it to someone else and just go for as long as I can.
All right, we're going to pinball that off as many MFers as possible.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, so breaking it down. Blacksmith is going to...
One thrown sword through the unnoble, and then a nice close look of my fist for the Duchess.
All right, the old slap and tickle, if you will. Okay.
Ironclad.
Wayfair, lasso, ironcloud.
Contributing toward
Gina,
ironclad with
nuclear
more
ironclad.
iron.
And good old Joe.
Double rainbow.
Highlight ball to the face.
Yes, one-man pinball machine.
All right,
Pinball
so
wizard.
Chat, go
That's
ahead.
what it is. It's pinball.
Pinball wizard, yeah.
That's a good
Nice.
song.
That is a good one. So go ahead and vote on those.
Who did that song?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
No, but not you.
it's real, guys.
Who did that song?
I'm excited to see how this goes. This
I know a lot of trivia about the Who.
This is a very, everybody's whole idea is just like, I need this fight to be done right now.
Yeah, I have not enjoyed this fight.
It's not an easy one.
And I don't mean
not-
that in a critiquing way. Like it is. It's
No,
hard.
it's got some challenges
Yeah.
to it.
I guess,
The pixies
yeah.
are a particular pain in the butt
Yeah.
every
Well, it's
round.
just with the Fae, it seems like, I mean, there's no messing around. It's just take care of, get rid of as fast as you humanly can.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to deal with Fae.
Yes.
Also, don't make deals with them. Is one thing I've just learned.
Yeah, no, that's a real
You see a
thing.
lot of other options.
No, I'm learning now that if you do make a deal, be very careful about the wording,
Winner.
phraseology, as it were.
Thomas!
Woohoo!
Nice.
Double down on Duchess downfall.
Good idea.
Nice.
Close.
All right,
Thank
so
you, chat.
here's what I need from you.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
Here's what I need from everybody else.
Yep.
Your same attacks made at a -5.
Oh.
No.
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 Oh, no, it's a 12 with a -5.
Thrown
What am I
sword
trying to-
misses by 1.
But actually, you would add 5 to that. That's what the -5 is for.
Oh, right.
So
This
that-
goes the opposite way.
Right, yeah, so that'd
it's
be a 23.
23. Yeah.
But fist meets stomach beats by 3 even with the -5.
Which
Okay.
just means that
Metallurgy?
the can
Is
explodes,
that what I'm trying
and all
to
this
say?
stuff just goes
Right.
against everyone anyway.
What?
Metallurgy, is that what I'm
You would
trying
use
to roll
metallurgy.
against?
There
Yes,
you
you
go.
would.
Okay.
Metallurgy.
But it's +5.
But it's a +5.
Have you used your Patreon buff yet?
I did use my Patreon buff. Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I don't remember you
I
saying
did
you
not. I'm using that.
Okie
There
doke.
you go.
I'm out. I've beaten it by 2.
Okay.
It's fair to say that you just saved us yet again, chat. Thank you.
Here's the bad news.
Chat?
I mean, you
Just
would
so
have
you
really
know,
saved us. if
A
you
highlight
didn't.
ball, even one made of metal,
Yeah.
doesn't do a ton of damage.
I mean, throw it fast enough. It can.
Throw it fast enough. I mean, but normally, it's a big metal ball. It's gonna hurt like hell.
Yeah.
The fact that it's made of iron,
Cold iron.
the coldest,
It's so cold.
more or less. I mean, you got cold iron because you pulled it out of the box. So that's what it is. You've got a pure ball of cold iron, and you just threw it at this woman's face, and it hit her in the face.
I'm glad.
Her face is smoking and ruined and ball-shaped in one area
You're gonna
where
have
there's
to-
a large indent, like it hit a piece of clay.
You'll have to make her a new statue.
It hits.
Look at that face.
It,
Look at that face.
it falls out. Her face begins to crack. She puts her hands up to her face,
Oh, bad idea.
trying to magic them. Her hands begin to
Yeah.
crack. She does more magic, beginning to mend her face. It's sort of working, and then this one-armed dude just kind of like falls down in an elbow drop. Boom! The air goes out of her body. She throws up what appears to be iron.
Give my regards to the blacksmith, bitch.
And she throws down a small bead and begins to disappear. Think Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
And starts sinking down into the ground.
No!
Where she is beamed in the head with a can on the end of a rope.
Nice. Got her!
And she falls unconscious on the ground.
Yes.
Awesome. Do I even need to do the powder thing?
Oh no, the powder goes off.
It's coming, okay.
From the ground, dust of iron is lifting and swirling around like a tornado.
Cool.
The fairies flee. They flee.
Yeah.
They scream
Good.
and they flee.
I like it.
Awesome.
And you now have a 3-day head start.
And all the people are back to normal again because her spell is over?
People are currently under the effect of bedlam
Still?
and are beginning to act quite a bit crazy.
Even though...
I think that it would behoove us all to leave and
Now,
quit
before
this,
it's too late.
Fix
degree
it.
possible.
You can, this early, you could probably reverse it.
I will.
This early?
It's beyond me.
Oh, there goes that one.
What if it's late?
I got a 10, and I assume it's rune work, so I beat it by 8.
All right. That's actually, you needed to beat it by at least 5 to save them. So, the people begin to calm, and the wind chimes. Like, she starts just drawing runes in the air. You can see the light patterns. They're not, you can't see them, but like you can see the magic that her fingers are tracing. You see what it's made of. You see the veil.
I've never seen the priest do that much before.
I wonder if she can help people.
The people
that are more
begin
far
stop
gone.
screaming and they start calming down. But the village is a shambles at this point. They've torn up so much of it.
We need to go now.
It is definitely time to go. The road is long, and you only have 3 days before the wild hunt is after you.
And we will not know the way till morning.
Do we bring your own?
And with that, we end our first episode of Season 4 of Masters of the Metaverse. Thank you all for being here today. We really, really appreciate it, Sarah. Thank you so much. We'll be seeing more of you next week, I promise.
I was just bonus.
Bye.
But here we are.
What?
We are back.
Bonus.
Yes.
Bonus, Sarah.
Oh.
So everybody have a
That's
great
the
rest of your
question.
week. We'll see you. Don't forget that we've got DFA on Saturdays now. That's a thing.
Woo!
Yeah, the return of Project Metaverse on March 4th, which is my birthday.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're looking for something to do on a Friday morning and want your latest in gaming news, you can check me out on Table Takes presented by Gen Con.
Nice.
That dragon? What was that one? That dragon show.
That dragon show.
That dragon show. Don't forget them.
I
Yeah.
didn't forget them. I just didn't know about them until right now.
Right.
Check
All
out
right,
that
guys.
dragon show.
We will see you next time on Masters of the Metaverse. Hi, my name is Christian Doyle and I play Crash Jackson on Masters of the Metaverse. Crash is a very interesting middle-aged man who has lived in his mom's basement most of his life, only to emerge and become a meta-pilot, and because of that, also a hero. Crash is special amongst the pilots in that he forms the closest bonds with his avatars and becomes very emotionally attached to them.
Hi, I'm Sarah Sanders Odie. I play Jenica Clarkson on Masters of the Metaverse. Jenica Clarkson is a prison psychotherapist, and she got roped into the metaverse because somebody found out that she was helping an inmate that she cares for who was wrongfully convicted.